Welcome, Passport Bros. Let's embark on a whirlwind tour of the top 10 cities you must explore. Number 10, Seoul, South Korea. Delve into Seoul's dynamic culture, where ancient palaces meet modern skyscrapers. Number 9, Marrakesh, Morocco. Transport yourself to Marrakesh, where vibrant markets and intricate architecture await. Number 8, Stockholm, Sweden. Explore Stockholm's picturesque archipelago and modern Scandinavian design. Number 7, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Soak up the energy of Rio de Janeiro, where samba, sun, and spectacular scenery await. Number 6, Dubai, United Arab Emirates. Witness the convergence of luxury and innovation in Dubai's futuristic skyline. Ready for more? Download the Passport Bros app now, available on the App Store and Google Play. Passport Bros. Let's embark on a whirlwind tour of the top 10 cities you must explore. Number 10, Seoul, South Korea. Delve into Seoul's dynamic culture, where ancient palaces meet modern skyscrapers. Number 9, Marrakesh, Morocco. Transport yourself to Marrakesh, where vibrant markets cover the top 5 dangers that can turn our globetrotting into a perilous journey. Number 5, Western peacocking. Standing out is cool, but be cautious. Peacocking might attract attention you'd rather avoid, especially when it comes to romantic encounters. Number 4, transactional relationships. More than money matters. Fellow Passport Bros, don't lead with your wallet. Genuine connections are richer than any monetary exchange. Let authenticity define your journey. Number 3, shady expats. Choose your travel buddies wisely. Shady expats can promise the world but deliver trouble. Surround yourself with reliable companions to enhance your experience. Let's make every adventure unforgettable and secure. Download the Passport Bros app now, available on the App Store and Google Play.
As you can see, I'm repping that BMT. No matter where I go, no matter where I be.
Some of them seats in, some of the front kicks in, and I'm still cooling, you know what I'm saying? I'm still cool, I ain't busting sweat. You know, that's what it is. Yoga, Passport Bros.
Passport Bros up.
University in the building. Shout out to my boy BMT, man. Yeah, go cop the blue merch.
All right, family, we are live. Welcome, family, to another show. It is your man, BMT, in the building. I want to welcome all the guys. We got a really good show for you guys tonight. We're going to be discussing as far as the delusional mindset of the Passport Bros in concerns of foreign women. Now, I'm going to bring my man on, QB Willie B. He has a lot to say about this, but I've been wanting to speak on this for quite some time now. We all know, as you know, maybe in the chat, you guys know that as some of the original Passport Bros, we already kind of knew that, yes, in certain cases, a lot of cases actually, it is better to have options overseas, dating beautiful women. But it is a lot of cap going on in this Passport Bro space. It is a lot. I mean, you got guys that are promoting relationships that might not be really being genuine with their audience 100%. We're not going to really call nobody's names out because I'm not into that. But we're going to kind of pull out a few things as we have this late night conversation. All right, guys. So we in here, man. We in here heavy. All right. Shout out my man, it's Jay Clyde in the building. Yoga always pulling up. Kevin Rones, what's good with you, my brother? Putting work in on the app. I love to see the content. All right. So Austin was right. BMT, Austin is never right. All right. Passport Blueprint is in the building. What's going on, guys? I got my Passport Bro cup right here, man. We sipping on that cognac tonight, fellas. Gonna get amped up, sipping on that, that good liquor. It's just water, guys. You know what I'm saying? I know you think I'd be out here wilding, but it's just regular water. All right. Shout out my man Andre Love Crossing Borders, man. I really do admire somebody that can drink and do a live stream and talk, because I've been to talk crazy as hell if I drink. All right. But let's see who's all in the building, man. You know what, Kevin Rose, we got to put this mug on the site. I mean, a lot of people have wanted this mug, man. We got to actually put this back. We had it in Colombia. We used to make them ourselves, but we don't have them here where I'm at. So we're going to have to keep that bad boy back on up and send somebody. As a matter of fact, Kevin Rose, man, since you're on the app, what we're going to do is we're going to start giving out T-shirts, cups, all types of stuff, all right, to the members of the app, all right? Shout out Yoga I was in the building, all right? Yeah, I came on a little early today, man. This is a big subject, actually. I actually been wanting to talk about this. And as this space has grown, you're going to get imitators and fakers, like whatever industry, scammers, all types of guys. And what the common narrative is that you can kind of pull up overseas and get a beautiful woman, right? We see all the videos on Instagram, TikTok, and I know some of these guys, and some of these guys are in genuine relationships. Some of the guys are truly dating, but then you got guys who are, let's say, putting women of a certain lifestyle in their videos and portraying it to be something it's not. Like I said, I'm not calling no names, I'm not telling no territories, nothing like that, but I believe that's what QB is wanting to come on and talk about. I'm not 100% sure, but we will see in a minute, all right? We will see in a moment. You know what? It's so funny that you say that, CC, because I thought that, when you in a space from the very beginning, like when you coin a phrase and you see, it growing, to you it's old. But to a lot of people, that Passport Bro thing is still kind of like something new, believe it or not. Now, we've been at this for the last, and when I say Passport Bros, guys, I'm not saying we invented traveling. Please don't, because people be in the Facebook group, oh, you said you invented traveling BMT. No, bro, I know guys been traveling since the dawn of time. I'm not saying I invented traveling, okay? That's not what I'm saying, guys. But the coin the phrase, the Passport Bros, is relatively new. That's what I mean, okay? So don't beat me up, because guys be always hitting me up. Man, I've been traveling since 1972, BMT. You knew this. You were a rookie. You still got, juice on your lips. We got milk on your lips still, brother. I'm like, okay, old school. I get you've been traveling since, the dawn of time. I get you've been traveling since the 70s and 80s and all that. But we're talking about something. This is kind of new. To a lot of people, this is kind of new, because especially coming from our community. Like we went to Jamaica, Miami or something. This is definitely new. All right. So we're going to talk about that. Said Derek Berry said QB got roasted, not going from channel to channel doing damage. We're going to hear what QB got to say. I tapped in for a moment on the stream. I thought it was solid. Shout out to my man Andrew. Andrew always representing showing love. You know what? Endless Wayfarer. Mr. BMO, Black Man's Option. I'm going to be honest with you, man. They kicked me out the Facebook group. I don't know why. I asked one of the admins, who, I think I'm still good with him. That's what's on the surface, at least. That's all you can go by. And I asked him, I said, hey, brother, why was I kicked out the group? I ain't never said nothing negative about promoting the group. But, I don't know. But so they kicked me out the Black Man's Option group. I have no idea. That's where I started. This the thing, though, and this might be offensive what I'm about to say. Some of you guys might be familiar with the Black Man's Option. Some of you guys might not be. But I met Charles Tyler. Rest in power, Charles Tyler. I'm not going to say I knew him very well, but I did go down to Brazil in 2017 and meet the legendary Charles Tyler. We had a really good conversation, me and him on the beach. And within that conversation, it might have been like an hour, some change long. I think we got a picture on the beach together and everything like that. I took a photo with him. He had a chica in his arms and everything like that. Good, solid brother, man. And what he did was amazing. If anybody needs to get credit for creating this Passport Bro space early on, it has to be Charles Tyler. All right. Rest in power, Charles Tyler. And Charles Tyler built that group. All right. He built that BMO brand. So the guys that's running it now, I'm not throwing shots at anybody like that, but I don't know. It seemed like it's pretty much leveled out, whatever. I don't know. But to me, I just, the people that's running it now, man, they just on some BS. They just on some BS, man. What up, Passport Model? What's not true, Phil? Yeah, I was listening to Charles back in the day, man. Charles was the only one. If you guys don't know, back in the Manosphere days, you had guys, and I'm not throwing no shots once again. I'm not throwing shots, but you had guys doing like 8-hour, 9-hour panels on the issues of men in America, black male issues, and it was good for a moment. But as a man, I've been raised to always look for a solution. Like, you have a problem, it's stated. I'm not a paralysis by analysis type of guy. I'm the type of guy that, I get something done. I'll make some moves, bro. I get something done. I'd rather be a man in a cardboard box than a boy in a tin mansion. And what I mean by that is I want to work for myself, work with my brothers, than have to, be disrespected by a man from another race. Be talked down to, be lied to, manipulated. I rather just do us. I'd rather just work with my brothers. Even if we got like this small little niche, I'd rather work with inside this niche and make it the best thing possible than go, elsewhere and be, a boy to another group of men. That's how I look at this shit. All right. So I'm saying that to say that I saw that Manosphere thing was kind of going in circles. It was kind of paralysis by analysis. Then what you had come in after that was the dating coaches. And the dating coaches was supposed to be the so-called solution. But my whole theory was, that's been proven, that's not even a theory no more, that you can't mold hard clay. And I've been saying that. I was like, listen, man, in certain cases, with women, you got to start early on. Like you really trying to raise an individual, a human being that should have already been raised, if that makes any sense, right? You're trying to do something that their parents or their family or even the community they come from should have been doing. So you're trying to get up in there and use your game and your tactics, which is basically surface level club game. That's all a dating coach is pretty much surface level club game. That's what dating coaches are. But in this space, we came up with a solution, man. I want to welcome to the show my man, QB Willie B. What's going on, my brother?
I am good. Can you hear me loud and clear? Everything good?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I see it on your face. I see it on your face, brother. I see the smoke. I see the smoke coming out your ears. But to finish my thought real quick, I was just saying that the dating coaches was supposed to be somewhat of a solution to the Manosphere, problems within the Manosphere. I know, back in the day there was 8-hour streams on why this, why that, why women are this, and why we can't do this, and why we can't that. Then the dating coaches came in, and me and QB was saying back in the day, in the early days of this, I guess you want to say this Passport Bro space, we were saying early days, it's like, yo, they full of it. They ain't showing no receipts. That's BS. You can't tell, that don't work, bro. You're not showing your lifestyle. So we've been on it early. And I would say, and those guys still make content, but the Passport Bros totally just destroyed the dating coaches. Destroyed. They banned me from debates. They wouldn't have me on streams. All right. They tried to ban your boy, and they still got destroyed. They're pretty much done. As a matter of fact, a lot of them are trying to be so-called, I guess you want to call themselves international dating coaches. or passport bros now to a certain degree. They try to change their little form in order to try to still maintain their audience or grow their audience.
Right. Call themselves life coaches and rebrand themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, some of the information we can agree with, such as not every guy is going to be on an equal playing field. So even if you do travel and you court women, okay, there are some guys that might be able to get an 8, and then there's others that might be able to get a 5. But what we're seeking and what we're trying to get the message across is you're getting a woman that desires you for who you are, rather than trying to have to run game and manipulate to, you know, just sleep with a woman, or possibly not even get a woman that you're capable of getting. And so that's what I tell guys, that self-improvement really helps. Go to places where the women are going to treat you right. But again, you got to know yourself. You got to know your limitations. And all those factors are very important when going overseas.
It is. It really is. And when I see a lot of these lifestyle coaches, these dating coaches, they're really talking about surface level dating. They're talking about meeting women in clubs, off dating apps, and really just trying to, like, you know, get in there fast as possible, lay them down, and I guess move on to the next female. But we all know that it's a whole nother door open when it comes to relationships, long-term relationships. You know, how important it is to keep your masculine frame all the way throughout the relationship. You know, past all the tests that a woman gives you, even you got to even test her your damn self. And, you know, you have to be willing to walk away. You know, it's funny, QB, and we're going to get into, you know, everything. It was a couple of guys I know in my life, and I know you've seen this yourself, that were, I guess you want to say, and I hate rating men because women judge men by different standards than we do, because we just say 8, 9, 10, because we're just talking about just her looks for the most part. But women kind of look at, they can segment it better. Like they look at it, okay, 60% looks, 30%, you know, status or money. Like they kind of segment it all the way. But I knew guys that were unattractive, straight up unattractive, but they had beautiful wives, bro. Like they wives, bro. You see their wife, you be like, damn. And what I noticed that they had in common, QB, was the fact that they were focused on the bag. They really didn't care about the wife. They cared about their wife, of course, but the women knew that their husbands or their man would replace them. They were them type of guys. They was like I used to work with this producer named Carl. We worked on a TV show together, right? He ended up trying to steal the whole TV show from everybody. He removed our names from the scripts. He did all types of shit. But, you know, Carl was like a bald-headed, you know, bald-headed kind of Bill Cosby looking type of guy. But his wife was a dime. And you'd be like, yo, he worked for one of these big CBS, NBCs type of guy, like big corporate guy, right?
Right.
But Carl was ruthless, bro. He didn't give a damn about her like that. Like he'll replace her in a heartbeat. She can leave him tomorrow. Carl be like, okay, you know, you go get him a white girl or something. Like that's the type of guys that when you maintain that you can walk away from them no matter how bad they are, they never gonna walk away from them.
Right. Now, there are outliers where you go to certain places, you'd be like, man, how does this guy that, you know, doesn't really fit the norm in terms of what women really find attractive with this type of girl? But we don't know the whole story. We don't know if he's playing stepdaddy. We don't know if it's a, you know, coworker that he promoted, and you know, she decided to marry him because he was the last option. So there's so many different factors behind what we're really seeing face to face. Now, if guys want to aim to be the outlier, that's fine, but you will have, in my opinion, okay, a more pool of options with women when you're being desired. And that goes pretty much anywhere in the States, foreign countries, that's the edge that you want to have, dating period. Yeah.
Okay. And when you say being desired, do you mean just desired physically or just being the whole package?
The whole package. Now, again, self-improving is a big element of that. But you want women that desire to be with you, okay, and will take the necessary measures and saying, hey, I know this guy is wanted by other women, so I'm gonna comply. I'm gonna be fit, feminine, and friendly, because if I don't, I will be replaceable. What we're seeing is more so the opposite, where guys are chasing rather than attracting. And so that's where the desire comes in. And so those are dudes that don't tolerate bad behavior from women. And they're also smart enough to know that, hey, it is not wise to date women that are tarnished. And so when you have these high level of requirements, okay, and women recognize that, you're really unstoppable.
Okay. Hold on. Let me get super chat real quick, and I gotta call you out on something. Jamie Woods, travel and motivated 5 super chat, says Viva Mexico. Appreciate that, Jamie Woods. Now, what do you mean by tarnish, my brother? What do you mean by tarnish?
Right. And we're going to get to tarnish just in a second. Shout out to Jamie Woods. He's also another YouTuber pulling up on the channel pretty soon, and we're going to have an interview dialogue. So tarnished women that lack morals and comes with a lot of problems. So there are a lot of men that will play cleanup, not getting something that is wholesome. If I'm going to go overseas, I want the best quality out there. So it's going from shopping at the 99-cent store to Whole Foods, but I can afford it. So there's different requirements. Like, for example, for me, it's, working out, no baby mamas, no tattoos, and a woman with good morals. And I can sense that already from the first time that I meet her attitude, her feelings. Obviously, you get to know people over time, right? But you have a good sense of her worth from the very beginning. And if you're able to sense that, then you don't have to worry about breeding with tarnished women.
Okay. So they basically, no street girls, no wild women, no OnlyFans girls, none of that. Just regular 9 to 5. Go to work every day. And you have a lot of that now. You have a lot of women that's working, learning English, all that. So you have a lot of that.
Right. And then not only just working a 9 to 5, because some, they may work for the family, but the morals, does your woman value you as wanting to spend time with you, or she's just trying to get your resources and clean you dry? So there are guys, prime example, they will enter into a relationship knowing that this girl is most likely a gold digger, someone that really has no interest in wanting to spend time with him, but wanting to buy things and do things that is going to value her, when it's the opposite. If you date a woman or if you're looking for a wife, she has to bring you value in your life. You as a man, you protect and provide. And if she recognizes that, she's going to be very complacent in your life.
Okay. So where is these comments, man? Shout out to my man.
I love it, man. We can read a couple of them.
Okay.
Go ahead. Because one, the black Brad Pitt. Okay. Now, I know you guys saw that live, and we'll talk about that in a minute, but I'm being honest.
The Black
You-
Brad Pitt. Hold on.
No,
Who's that?
there was a comment in the comment section, but
Okay.
I'm referencing that to just a quick story.
Okay.
Hermosillo, Mexico. When I wear the cowboy hat over there, the Lord Jesus stare is on 100 out there. I'm just like, wow, man. And so when I tell guys, put yourself in a position where you're winning, where the women desire you, that is just a prime example. And so that comment was in a reference to that. Like, I had that experience where they seen the cowboy hat, they seen, the way I looked, and the stares were just crazy. And again, cowboy culture is very big in Mexico, and there's no black men out there. The women are just as gorgeous as those paisa women that a lot of y'all brothers like to chase. And I'm just being honest. And so
right.
that was reference to that. But go ahead, brother.
Okay. Shout out to my man Romero. This is finally a brother sharing the right message. We got his dad in the building, always showing love. All right, Tiberius. I love that name, Tiberius, man. $5 super chat. Says, stop dating Mario Bonitas is as simple as that.
Ooh, I love that. Really quick, BMT. There's so many passport bros that are going to the hoods and soul searching for that wholesome girl. Now, I'm not saying that she can't exist in the hood, but brothers, most of us are middle class, upper middle class income earners. Why are we going in the hoods looking for trash? I'm sorry. I don't like to deal with any of that ghetto stuff at all, but behind the scenes, there are a lot of dudes. I'm like, dude, you're able to meet professional women in these areas. When I mean professional women with jobs, okay, let me reference that. Why are we going to these places on a continuous basis? It's just mind blowing. So, yes, Stay out the barrio.
All right, and what's the black Brad Pitt again? One more time, because they keep putting it in the chat.
No, it was just reference. When I said that, I was referencing a time in Hermosillo, where I had the black Brad Pitt effect. But I was saying that in a jokingly way. All right, I'm not trying to. Yeah.
Okay. Shout out to my man Kevin Rome. Since I'm officially starting my travel channel in January, beginning in the DR. Gotta holler at me, man. We gotta link up BMT, most definitely. Nairobi after DR in April. That's a big adjustment, brother. That's a big adjustment. All right. Scorpios, if they want U.S. citizenship, though, eventually, right? That's it. I don't know about that, bro. No super chat here, but man, T-Mac always showing love with $2 super chat, man. I appreciate you, man. Salute to you. So I told my boy who moved to Medellin to let his woman know he is the prize and that she needs to adjust to him. He thanked me because his machismo turned her on and they had more passion. Very true. Very true. That's very true. All right.
Right on.
So what's going on with this? I was, breezing through YouTube late at night, and I breezed through a stream, man, and it seemed like you had a guy, I don't even know his YouTube name.
Right. The Homies Hub.
The Homies Hub, yeah.
Right.
And he had a little, and he's not here, so we don't want to, beat him up or nothing like that. But, it was a little bit of a little smoke going back and forth, man. Yes. Can you just tell me your points? What was the main argument points in this conversation?
Right. So him and I were going back and forth on the definition of tricking. Okay. Now, the word is very interchangeable, such as the word game. Okay.
So you got cooked last night? Well, hold up, bro.
That's fine. That's fine. And so I gave my definition, which is basically a man who deals with a working woman and working with the S working, okay? And then also, if you are a guy that is in a relationship with a girl and she's taking advantage of you, and you know this, you acknowledge that you're being used and played, and you're still with that girl, that is tricking as well. Now, Homies Hub disagrees and says dealing with, working women with the S is not tricking. That is getting what you want. And then from there, it was basically somewhat of a smoke show. It went sideways because he decided to go with admin hom attacks against me, which is fine. I don't mind opposition, but when you do personal attacks, then I understand you're hurt. And again, I just challenge guys like, hey, if you're going to be a passport bro, you shouldn't be going after, the bottom of the barrel women, and just be transparent about what you do. So I'm not the passport police, the D police. I'm not doing any of that. If guys want to go to foreign countries and be with those type of women, that's not a problem. But don't sit up here and say that you're dating when you're dealing with those type of women. And if you're dating those type of women, it's because you really want some compassion as well. And you're not getting that from the women overseas or the women in the States. And so I was in his position at one time, and I thought I was, we even made a stream together, if you remember that, right? And so I'm coming in and saying, hey, if you have this mindset and you think you're really doing something, you're not. And it's going to lead to a lot of destruction. And so that's where we had the back and forth and the smoke.
Okay, because he's more of a kind of like a newbie traveler, right?
Yeah, he's a newbie traveler. Again, very smart, educated, young brother. Okay. But he's involved in pookie-ish behavior, and he won't admit to what he's doing. And that's fine. It's your channel. You do what you want to do. But again, the issue is you're manipulating your audience. And that's where I'm coming in and trying to correct the situation.
Okay. So are you basically saying that because he's pretty much paying in a way, he's being delusional because in his mind, he thinks the woman genuinely is there for him when he's actually just paying?
He's actually paying, but flipping it as dating. And so I said, hey, this is all what we're seeing. Like, if I'm going to click on a video and saying dating girl in Colombia or Medellin, I expect you to be on a date. Okay. I don't expect to see some commentary about you going to a club with BBWs and linebackers. All right. I want to see the actual date. And then when you post the live and say, hey, I'm dating, the girl's a 304, you're buying condoms, and then you're going back to your place. And all the signs are there. The way she's dressed, it's in the middle of the day. Why is she not at work? So all that information's out there, okay? But again, he wants to rebrand it as actual dating. And the problem is, prime example, Game Abroad. He's a guy that went to Asia and, he's in a full-time relationship with a 304, a working girl starting with an S. So do you want to be like that? Do you want to be a guy that has money, resources, okay, and can attract a woman organically, but you decide to settle with a working girl starting with the S?
Okay, so basically you're saying some of these content creators are manipulating their audiences in order to, I guess, gain subs, traction, and stuff like that, and
popularity, and that's fine. Again, there are guys that they're going to travel and they're going to participate with those type of women. That's not a problem. And we know these channels, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But just be transparent about what's going on. That's it. Because there might be a guy that comes across your channel and says, all right, man, I see this guy. Maybe he's a little overweight, but man, he's really with this nice baddie. And he's going to have the mindset, if I see him and I can see that he can do it, I can do it as well. And then you get there and then you find out, oh man, this place is, has a lot of these type of girls. And so it's very important to be transparent, as I mentioned, and give guys the honest truth about your content and where you're going and the women that you're dealing with. Because I don't believe in misleading people to destruction. I think that will come back.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you pretty much believe in being genuine with your audience, but what if I'm just playing devil's advocate here for a moment? What if that's considered to be like an employee or something like that, or an assistant? And they're just helping you make content, and audience believes whatever they want to believe.
Right. I have no problem with that. But when your audience asks you what's going on, you should tell them that, like, hey, these girls are my assistants. We're making this content, and I'm just giving you guys a visual representation of the women here, period. And if you want to ask me more questions, we can talk about that off stream, or I'll make another video. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or the Passport Bros.
Right. Yeah. And I get that on YouTube, there's a lot of things that we can't promote. Like, for example, some of my videos that I'm partying, and this was a while back, with girls on the beach in bikinis, YouTube says, nope, we cannot monetize those videos. I'm like, man, I'm at a pool party. What's the difference between this compared to a fashion show on the beach with girls in bikinis? Like, really? So guys are going to learn, definitely starting a channel, that your content will be subject to YouTube's guidelines, and that's going to determine, how well you're going to do on this platform.
That's very true. It's funny, man, because, I'm not going to say they play favorites or anything like that, but they changed the rules. They start to be a little more lenient towards, women dancing and stuff like that. But still, you just never know with them, man. You just never know who's going to watch your video or anything like that. Right.
Yeah. I
so QB, do you want to play any of a little clip of this?
We can. I guess we can go to my channel.
Oh, so your channel? Okay. Hold on.
Yes.
QB Passport Flexing.
Right.
Hold on. And guys, make sure to sub to my man QB.
I appreciate the Black Bert from Sesame Street. Thank you very much.
Black Bert from Sesame Street?
Yeah, man. I get it all. Yeah.
Okay, do you got like a certain time marker?
We really can play it anywhere where you feel like it, bro. Towards the end, that's
because it's our Passport Bros Delusional daters, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I see you got the definition of trick pulled up here. You can start with that one.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, hold on. This is my man, the Homies Hub. All right, I'm just going to start at like the 35-minute mark. Hopefully we can.
And for reference, really quick, because there's a comment that I got cooked so bad that I took the live down. I don't keep my open panels up on my channel, so it's not down. It's unlisted. Again, I don't run from anyone. Okay, I get my points across, and I'm open to opposition. All right.
Hold on, bro. You hear that?
Do I hear a sound?
Yeah.
I'm good on my end. Okay.
My bad. That was
all right.
Okay. All right, so I'm just gonna start right here.
Mm-hmm.
Put a little bit of this.
willing to go with you somewhere.
Because
Traveling-
you don't know this girl, bro. And the thing about Latin culture is that women usually do not open themselves up to men that they don't get to know. They usually go through meeting the family, meeting the mother first. Did you meet this woman's family first before you flew her out?
So pause right here.
Mhm.
So it was a situation, and I explained this on my channel, so I'm going to give you guys content. And you can do a poll right here, right now. I don't care if they say yes or no. I met a girl in Guayaquil, Ecuador when I was out there. Met her at the nightclub. If you guys go look at my Guayaquil nightlife video, you'll see her. She's a Morena girl that's in shape, nice body, almost looks like she's a little bit Asian, brown, very sexy. I think she was 23.
Mhm.
I spent 4 days with her. And so I said, hey, I can come back out here in 2 months. And she's like, cool. And then I said, all right, I've been to Guayaquil about 4 times. How about maybe I go try another place in Colombia? And so I saw the ticket going to Barranquilla that was really cheap. And so I told her, like, hey, instead of me coming back to Guayaquil to hang out with you, because I already been there 4 times, how about you meet me in Barranquilla? I was willing to pay for the ticket to come out there and see me. Now, he's saying, oh, that is tricking. You paid her flight to come see you, when this is a girl that I already been with, okay? And actually saved money going to Barranquilla and flying her to Barranquilla. Mm-hmm. So I use that as an analogy to say, like, okay, you meet a girl at a tailgate. You said, hey, tomorrow we're going to be having a barbecue at our place, drinks, food. Where are you staying? Oh, I'm staying at this side of town. All right, no problem. We're going to get you the Uber to pull up. That's under the same context as flying a girl out from Guayaquil to Barranquilla for $68. Mm-hmm. But he's classifying that as tricking, and that's where I disagree.
Okay.
No, I didn't.
Okay, so this is where we're going to get into it, right?
Go ahead.
You did not take the time to understand this woman's family or her culture, and she agreed to fly out with you to a country she's never been to before, right? So already we're on very slippery slopes, because anybody who travels overseas and travels to other Latin countries understands that when women move that fast for a stranger, that's probably typically the way that they really do operate. Okay. Number 2, let's go over the word tricking, because we've already had that personal conversation, but maybe these guys are not familiar with what tricking actually is. So we're going to look up the definition of tricking with the Urban Dictionary, right? Because it's not actually a real word.
Sure.
It's slang. A person.
Let's bring up tricking on the screen. So
okay, sure, yeah, pull it up on Urban Dictionary.
Right. Okay. Maybe play that 1.5
yes,
speed.
you can do
that. Let me see if I can. Share screen here. Bring it up, and then there is a way where you can present it.
Okay, so I'm gonna share my here when I'm not dealing with P4P women and I'm dealing with regular women.
So that means that you are dating women, though. If you made a video saying that your experiences were dating girls.
Well, hold on. Let me explain first. Let me finish. The traditional way that us in first world countries look at dating is very different than being over here. So when I'm talking about dating over here, I'm actually making a really distinct difference that you're not really dating over here, but you're gaining this kind of experience with women. And we're going to get into that later, because some of your fan base is not really familiar with what this P4P thing actually really extends to. And what I'm trying to get you to understand is as a foreigner, as a foreign person, the mentality the women have about you is completely different than what they're going to have with a local person. Prime example, right? I tell dudes there's no hookup culture here inside of Colombia. There is hookup culture here for Colombians. Is that it's not hookup culture for us, it's for Colombians. Because hookup culture, there's no strings attached. You guys get to enjoy each other, you go your separate ways. Over here in Latin countries, when you hook up with a girl that you didn't have to pay up front, she's going to expect something on the back end because how they view foreigners is completely different.
So let me just.
Oh, I thought you were saying something. Did you want to say something?
No, let him keep going. Keep
Hold on,
hearing
hold
the
on.
delusion.
You got it for free. You didn't really get it for free. Understand what I'm saying? So even though you're dating here, you're not really dating because the woman is never going to put you in a spot or a place where you can freely date her if you don't, number one, know the language, number two, know the culture. Okay?
Stop.
Does that make sense?
Stop. So that is based on his experience, okay?
And you know what? You know, it's funny, man, because I've heard that before, and I'm going to break that down. I'm going to break that down, and as clear as I can be.
Okay.
He's right and wrong at the same time, QB.
Okay.
He's right to where, yes, they do look at you, but he's saying that coming from a standpoint of maybe they not being truly attracted to you like that. Because if a woman is attracted to you like that, she's going to be happy just to be in your presence. And she's not going to be expecting anything but time, attention, of course, resources to a certain degree. But that's because I hear that all the time. And when I hear that, I'm like, well, wait a minute. I had 3 girlfriends in Medellin, and I wasn't giving them anything like that. You know what I'm saying? And I did meet the family on one, and one of them I met the family. Other one I didn't meet the family.
Right.
So when you got these guys who are speaking in absolutes, they're speaking from their perspective. Like, dude, that's your perspective. That's your perspective because she's dating you because she might not be attracted to you and she wants to get some form of resources or some stability, financial stability from you instead of dating a woman that's just kind of with you for you. It's a difference. It's a big difference. It depends on what their intention with you is or what they're looking for you. So, like I say, he's right and wrong at the same time because he's saying some real shit. I've heard that, right? But there are always going to be exceptions. And I have a friend of mine that always says exactly what he's saying. And then he'll say something like, well, that means the girl you was with was a whore or something, or a P for peace. You just didn't know it. I'm like, nah, bro, that's not it.
Right.
Like, she put me on a level. She basically put me on the level of a local, even though I didn't really understand her culture or speak Spanish. See, this is the thing you got to understand. To us, they're going to be an 8, 9, or 10. But to the average Colombian guy, they might be a 6, 7, and 8. That's why the pair matches up with. Because she's looking at me like, damn, this guy's handsome. I can't believe he's talking to me. Or we're dating like that. You know what I mean? That's the thing. So, but go ahead. I don't want to go ahead.
So, in regards to him saying that, women are going to see you as a foreigner and they're going to see you as a person that I want you to spend resources on me, you can almost make the same argument that women here in the States will do that to guys that they do not like. And so it's on you to attract those women that are not gold diggers and that is trying to use you. You have to have that self-awareness from the very beginning. But when you try to date women outside your league, and I can define that a little later, you're going to have these issues. But when you don't, and when women are very receptive towards you, they're going to get on your program and just see you as a guy that, hey, I would like to spend time with you. And not only that, I want to show you my city. I want to take you to the best restaurants, the places to do excursions, the waterfalls, etc. And so that's where maybe because he hasn't had that experience, he has the mindset that women here just see me as a dollar sign, which you shouldn't be that type of dude or have that type of mindset.
Okay. Shout out my man Dunno Music with the 5 super chat. He's also mod. Appreciate that, my man. He says, who cares if someone is tricking or not? People need to stop policing others' lives and instead focus on getting what you actually want in life. Good point.
That's a great point.
Very good point, man. Shout out to my man Delusional Music, always representing, always showing support.
Making sense. I want to make sure that we're on the same page here, so we're not trying to make it seem like.
Okay, so let me respond. So the girls that I dated before locking down my girlfriend, the times that I spend with them, whether we went on a vacation or I just spend time with them there, they've never asked me for any money on the back end, and that's because I'm able to vet girls that are gold diggers and girls that are not. So to say that you can casually date, and we're gonna have to give our definitions of dating, because obviously my definition of dating is probably different from yours. But they never asked me for any money. If anything, is when are you coming back here to see me because I miss you? I don't get the text, hey, can you pay for my light bill? My child needs milk. Can you give me money because my mom is in the hospital? I don't get those messages. I don't get those messages on Tinder when I was dating, and I don't get those messages when I actually leave from that place. Now, other guys, they do get those messages, and it's mainly because they're trying to date women outside their league, or they're trying to date women that are prostitutes, which I'm firmly against. But let's go with your definition of tricking.
Okay, so would you like to read the definition?
I can really barely see that, but can you send the link either in the chat or in the back chat, and then I'm going to bring it up on my own screen.
Okay, let me read this for you.
Okay, go ahead.
Can you guys see this?
The chat can see it. Let me see if I can. I'm going to make it a solo layout so they can fully see it. All right. So go ahead. I'm going to hide this.
A person who spends money on gratifying their sexual impulses and or pleasures. The word has the ability to describe a person or an action. The act of splurging or spending cash on fulfilling one's sexual desires. Now, QB, let me ask you this question. What was the reason that you told me before that you like to fly these women out to get to know them?
So my reason is I love to travel. Travel is a hobby, and I wanted to spend time with them and have that experience with them. That was my reason. Okay, so it's for your own gratification, yes? I wouldn't say it's necessarily for my own gratification, because they want to.
50% of it is for your gratification, and 50% of it is for the girl. See?
Right. Okay.
Okay. So when you fly these women out, 9 times out of 10, do you expect sex when you fly these women out?
I think it's pretty obvious that they're going to have sex with me. Otherwise, they wouldn't put themselves in that situation.
Okay, so I want to see if you have a competent chat here. Okay, guys, based off of what we just heard just now, does it or does it not sound like QB is tricking?
Okay, let's pose that question to this chat then. Yeah, let's pose it. One, if QB is tricking. 2, if QB is just hanging out, having a good time, not tricking, reading Bible study.
So let me add a little bit more context. As
I always forget one is tricking. Okay.
Let me add a little bit more context.
Okay.
Whether the chat agrees or disagrees. To me, it's no different from, and we're going to use Colombia because that's where all you guys like to go. You meet a girl from Medellin, Colombia, and you say, you know what? I'm going to go rent a car and we're going to go to Guadalupe and stay there for 2 days. You meet a regular girl. You went to a nightclub and say, here's the car rental. I'm going to pay for the car rental and I'm going to pay for the hotel. This is not a pro. This is not a bar girl. This is a girl that has a job and that wants to hang out with you. This falls under the same context. $68 flight from Guayaquil to Santa Marta. Again, guys, I could have went back to Guayaquil and saw her, okay? I actually saved money flying to Guayaquil, meeting her, plus my airline ticket, her airline ticket, then going all the way back to Guayaquil. I literally saved about $158 or $150, somewhere around there. So if it's going to be one, I really like a good explanation. That's all I'm saying.
People ask me to do a poll. I don't know how to do a poll. You know how to do a poll?
Yeah, I do. The way you can do the poll, BMT, go to your YouTube channel.
Oh, it's on the YouTube channel. Okay.
Yeah, and then go to the chat, and there's a button at the bottom, and then you can do the poll.
Okay. I got you. You want to read that super chat?
you can't do it through StreamYard.
Okay. You can read that super chat if you want.
Yeah. Fellow Passport Bros, stop the debauchery. I totally agree. Now, again, there was a little entertainment, right? He called me Bird Ernie. He talked about me and said all these things. Again, I have thick skin. People made fun of me throughout my whole life. Okay. I'm 6'4". I'm able to travel, make decent income. I have a lot of friends. I don't have a lot of issues in my life. Okay. I put myself in the spotlight. I don't mind opposition. Okay. However, when you debate me and then you want to make personal attacks, it's because you're hurt.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, you got the poll up?
Yeah, we got it up.
All right, cool. So I gave, again, my context, and I'll repeat it again. Met the girl in Guayaquil, spent some time with her there, did not ask me for money, wanted to see me again, got her a flight ticket to come to Santa Marta, created some nice memories. Mm-hmm. How is that different compared to meeting a girl in Medellin, renting a car to go to Guatapé for the weekend? That's all I'm saying. Your thoughts, BMT. You're the host. Give your honest opinion. Agree or disagree?
I mean, I don't really believe that's tricking. Like you can
keep it 100.
I mean, I'm keeping it 100. I mean, you can do, you can do whatever the hell you want to do, man. Definition is definition. Enjoy yourself, man. You're gonna spend money regardless.
Right, but
who the hell want to go out of town into a new place by yourself?
No, here's the thing. You're gonna spend money regardless, but you want to spend money on a girl that has good energy. I'm not taking out a girl, okay, unless, because I gave the other example. You mean to tell me if it's the same thing, would guys take out a girl that is, an S worker, okay, and do the exact same thing? Do you know how much more that will cost? Not only you're paying for the vacation, you got to pay for her time. Mm-hmm. And let's just say if it's a weekend and the weekends are very busy, some of these girls can make up $1,000 in 2 days. She's going to be like, Poppy, I need 2K, not pesos, American dollars. And then I might think about going out on that trip. And let's just say, you know what, man, she a baddie. She got the booty. Oh, man. Hell yeah. We going to Cartagena. We going to the beach. Mm-hmm. You give her the money and she doesn't even show up to the airport. Come on now.
That's pretty sick, man. That's pretty sick.
So I'm saying, if you guys be rational, you rather go with the local girl, okay? Now, could she not show up to the airport? Yes, and I probably would have been out $68. But that is low risk, high reward.
That's a good point. Let's see what the poll looking like real quick. Okay. We'll continue with the video. All right. The poll is, hold on, I just saw it. It was just there. Lucky was tricking by 50. It was like 47%. Hold on. I'm on
interesting.
All right, here we go. 49% say yes, 51% says no.
Interesting. Okay.
It's not bad though.
Right. Can I vote or no? I shouldn't vote.
No, go ahead, vote, bro.
I'm gonna say no.
50-50. Right. Hold on, let me see if I can vote. Can I vote?
Yeah, so
I put yes.
Okay. All right, go ahead and continue with the live.
All right, go. Let me see. We'll be at here.
Okay, really quick, and I can put up that poll just in a second. What is your definition of tricking? Because there's many. Hold on. Wait 1 second here, because tricking is also a guy that pays for sex workers. So there's many definitions of tricking. So I don't want what is said here because there's many definitions. There's about 4 to 5 different definitions of tricking. So I don't
even
pay.
if there's 100 of them and we both fall into them, I'm not the one on here that has a problem.
What is your definition of tricking though? What is your
exactly
definition?
what I just pulled up? It's
Okay.
exactly what I just pulled up. I'm
So-
not the person that has an issue with tricking. My only difference is I don't believe pay for play is tricking. It's a fair monetary exchange.
Pause.
For service.
Pause.
God damn, QB, go ahead, bro.
I'm sorry.
Say it with your chest, my brother. Say it with your chest. Go ahead.
You see the delusion there? Okay.
Mhm.
Now, I'm going to be 100% honest with the audience. When I was in a stage of dealing with pros, it made me a little numb to women, and I had a similar mindset. Like, I'm getting what I want. Like, how is this, tricking?
Mhm.
But the problem is, this is the main problem, which I graduated and moved on and started to focus on other things. That relationship with that girl is always going to be on monetary terms. That is the main problem. So if you wanted to do any extra things, hang out, chill, party, is always going to be a monetary exchange up front, plus whatever you like to do. After a while, that gets annoying because there's some guys, they want companionships. And so if you're a guy that wants companionship from a beautiful woman, you can't do the pro route. And so that's why, right, that's why it is very dangerous to keep this type of behavior and then try to justify your actions when you know that you're wrong.
Right. And it's a different type of mentality. It's a big difference. I know he's trying to lump it all together. Like, casual dating is tricking and everything, but come on, man, it's a big difference in a woman that, works a honest to God living, even if she doesn't get paid. I see these women out here working 6 days a week, bro, making $400 a month, right? And of course you're going to pay for a meal. Of course you're going to pay for dinner. Of course, if y'all want to go out, you're going to pay for everything. That's not tricking, bro. Okay, come on. So that's just a loose definition. But one thing I will say that you said was big and impactful is the jadedness that you might receive, because I've seen it with my own two eyes. I knew a guy that thought he was a pimp, and I'm like, bro, how you a pimp and you a trick? Like, I don't know how you can do both. But he used to actually think that these women liked him. You know what I'm saying? I think Buddy was from Dallas or some shit. And I just be like, bro, like, you come from Cali, we come. I would say I've always said that Cali dudes and Atlanta dudes share a common mindset when it comes to women, because we grew up around a lot of beautiful women. We know how much they lie, and like we know how they are. So it's just like, for us, we know they kind of hawking, pushing hot air in our earlobes. But for some guys coming from these other little areas and towns and everything, they might actually believe what comes out of a pro's mouth. So that's crazy, man. But no, you make a good point. I want to give a shout out to my man JM in the building with a $10 super chat, man. I really appreciate that, showing love. Since most people on vacation don't know the language, you're almost regulated to tricking. You can't communicate well with regular locals.
What's your thoughts on that? And then I'll respond.
You know what, man? It all depends on the level of attraction.
Oh, I'm surprised you said that.
It has to, because obviously you can't communicate and utilize your game through a translator. You can't really show your character, your personality. You can't crack little jokes that she's going to understand. Right. So I'll go to your level of attraction. So, I mean, I've seen it with my own two eyes. Like I've done it. So I've seen it. I've done it. She just geeking after you. She's just like, oh, this guy's cute and he's American. So she's going to tolerate you not understanding, not knowing, But this the thing, this the crux here that guys got to understand, man, that you do have a percentage of women that are intrigued by something new, a new experience, teaching them something new, right? So if you a guy and she's attracted to you physically, and even though you might not be able to communicate with her well, you might take her to a restaurant that she had never in a million years even thought about going to because it's too expensive.
Right. So go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, new experiences and a woman that's and this the main thing. This is what I'm trying to when I always say this. To you, she's an 8, 9, 10, but there she's a 6, 7, 8, just like in the DR. Same thing. I'm dating this girl, and I'm thinking like, oh, this girl is gorgeous. She is beautiful. She is drop dead gorgeous. But then we go somewhere, and they everywhere like that. So that drops down her value immediately. But luckily, she speaks English, so we vibing good now. So it all depends.
Right. So the level of attraction is definitely going to be in your favor. But then again, there's also places where if you really think you're that dude and it's just a language barrier, there are certain places in Latin America where the girls actually speak English. So you can have that communication. But,
San Domingo.
Okay. But it all goes from the very beginning of time. If we see a girl that is very attractive and she doesn't speak English, we're still going to find her very attractive. The same thing goes with women. If they see something exotic that they really like, regardless of the language, they're going to still be attracted to you. Now, again, the other factor is your energy. How do you come off? Are you socially awkward? And unfortunately, a lot of dudes in this space kind of have that issue as well.
We're gonna get into another whole. That's very true. That's very, very true. And that's the reason I would not hook none of you Negroes up no more. Don't ask me for no double, triple dates. Not doing it. Don't ask me, hey BMC, I'm about to pull up, man. You got some your girl got a home girl? No, she doesn't. Because you dudes are weirdos, man. Y'all be blowing the bag. Y'all be effing me up. For real.
Oh man.
Y'all leave me hanging. Y'all be making the girls cry on dates and shit. Excuse me. But yeah, I damn near lost my train of thought. What the hell I was just about to say. Okay. This is what I'm about to say. All right. At least in these major metropolitan areas, especially in San Domingo, guys, don't come to San Domingo. It's very boring. Where they teach English in these little secondary schools and everything. What generally happens if I go out on a date is she knows some English and I know some Spanish. And we typically don't have to really pull out the translators right away until it gets into a deep conversation. And that knowing that she knows some English and she's wanting to learn more English, and the fact that you can teach her English, that's like that's in your favor. And you want to learn Spanish, that's going to be in her favor. So that works as well. So there's all types of ways, man. Listen, in these countries, this is the thing, guys. This is what you got to understand. Yes, your level of attraction definitely matters. But I'm just telling you, coming from Asia and coming to South America and the Caribbean, anywhere you go and you can be exotic, that's going to play in your favor. But even when you go places where the people look like you but speak a different language, there's still a level of comfortness there. It's the same thing as a Korean talking to a Thai person. They speak totally different languages, but they still get married. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
If the Korean doesn't speak Thai, the Thai person doesn't speak Korean. Same thing if I'm dating a Dominican that doesn't speak a lot of English, but we're same damn complexion, bro. Same damn near same culture, same people. You see what I'm saying? Her family's gonna accept me more and understand that, okay, that's Aaron. He doesn't speak a lot of Spanish like that, but he's learning. But we in the same goddamn, look.
Right. And again, it's your personality as well. Like, does she like being around you? That's another big factor. Okay, we're doing things, we're hanging out, the energy is good, the vibes are off. Because, prime example, I had kind of a situation like we mentioned, sub pull up, baddies in Guadalajara, my chick's friends, and Like he really fumbled the ball, literally on the goal line, scoring a touchdown. I'm like, bro, you just got to be cool. But again, what is being cool? Can you teach charisma? Some of these guys have an entitlement issue, and that's where the delusion goes. Hey, I'm coming off the airplane. I'm the second coming of Black Jesus. All these women should worship me. You're going to get a rude awakening with that mindset in a lot of places.
That's facts, especially in Medellin. Especially in Medellin, man. Shout out to my man Delusional Music, $2 super chat. Says, learn local language equals living life on God mode. That's very true. And it's a certain respect that comes along with it too. Like they respect you more when you learn the language. Even out there in Thailand where you're not expected to learn the language. When they know you know Thai, it just opens up so many doors. It opens up so many doors, man.
Right.
All right. All right, let's continue with the video. And I appreciate that super chat. Delusional Music always showing support, man. I haven't seen you on the app, man. Where you been at, bro? Make sure to post on the app. Not you, QB. I'm talking about Delusional. You always posting on the app.
Yeah. All right.
Now, I will say something about the Homies Hub, bro. To his credit, he's a good debater, bro.
He is a good debater. Go ahead.
He's a good debater. And I think he knows certain tactics. Even a guy I follow, Tariq Nasheed, I noticed that when Tariq Nasheed is losing their debate, he'll start cracking on people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like he'll start cracking jokes that make the audience forget that he's actually losing the debate. He does it all the time.
Right. Knows how to deflect and manipulate and really reshift the conversation. And he did that tactic. And, it is what it is. But, at the end of the day, you don't want to be that guy that's living degenerate. But go ahead.
Okay. Shout out my man T Mac. He says in Colombia, it is always key to get food with the family. I cooked breakfast for my novia and her mom. They thought I was the greatest man ever. I already know what you cook, man. Bacon, eggs, cheese sandwich. I already know what you cook, T Mac. You went straight down south on it, didn't you? All right, hold on. Let's continue.
Money for services rendered. I have no issue across the board because in my personal belief, when you're dealing with women and you start standing to different cultures and different levels of status and class, as a man, the more money you make, you will end up spending money on women. Doesn't matter where you go. Your looks do not supersede that. No matter how handsome you think you are, how much looks maxing, how much veins are coming through your muscles that you think that you have, you are going to end up spending money on pussy, especially when that pussy starts getting to the level of 9, 10, 10.5, 11.5, 12s, real baddies. If you think you're going to pull something like that and not have to spend any money, show that you have any kind of provision, you're delusional. Our level of currency is what we are able to provide. Women's currency is sex. And since the beginning and the dawn of time, bro, our ancient cultures, you had to pay a dowry to marry somebody's daughter. You literally were buying a woman's daughter. So for you to think at any point in time we weren't paying for coochie is ridiculous. It's not now. Let me say this: I'm not saying you can't pull a baddie overseas for the free ski, right? I've done it before, but how good and how long of a relationship are you going to have with that girl, right? When you don't start providing something financially, and this is what I'm trying to get you to explain to me. What is the difference between you being a trick and me supposedly sugar dating? That's what I'm trying to understand.
Okay. For one, you go to places such as Medellin where there are a lot of sex workers there. There are cam girls. Hold on. I let you have the floor. I'm going to have the floor.
Okay.
So you go to a place that's infiltrated with sex workers. You also go to nightclubs that are also infiltrated with bar girls. Okay. Mm-hmm. When I go on vacations with girls, I am not taking sex workers out with me. Therefore, I am not tricking. So engaging in a hobby, okay? Traveling is just like a hobby that you play golf, or maybe you play basketball, or you go fishing. I'm literally asking a girl, hey, are you willing to participate in a hobby that I like doing? And I'm not paying them to do that hobby with me. There are guys that literally go to Colombia and say, you know what? I met this baddie at this nightclub and I paid her to go with me to Cartagena. I am not doing that. That would be a definition of a trick. Again, for a girl to go to a completely different country with a guy that she just met has to be exceptionally attractive, and she has to trust that guy. You don't understand that because I don't think you never had that type of experience meeting a girl organically like that. But go ahead.
It was shot there, QB.
Okay, so why do you think I've never had that kind of experience? Is it because I go to Medellin and I come out?
Yeah. Yes, fun? You go to Medellin and then you say that you're dating, but you're not dating. So we got to give the definitions of dating. All right. If I'm going to a place, hold on really quick, and I'm gonna let you know. If I'm going to a place and I'm showing the women, and And if I'm telling guys, like, you can go over here, casually date and have fun, that needs to be shown throughout your videos, your shorts, that these women genuinely romanticize about you. With your content, I'm just not seeing that. But go ahead, brother.
Okay, so this is also my problem with your outlook on things, right? Number one, you don't know me from my videos. Most of my videos are literally a camera person following me around. It's a girl that has.
Can we go to one of your videos
to do content?
Mm-hmm.
Sure, go ahead. It's a girl that has agreed to do content, and we are literally walking around, and then I take those clips and I narrate them just for the viewers' entertainment. It doesn't mean that this is a girl I was dating or taking serious. Since I have come to Colombia, I have not had any serious interactions. Number one, let me break down why. This is my first trip where I'm actually out here for longer than 30 days. I haven't spent a solid 30 days here, which is the reason I came out on this trip. I want to.
Can we pause that really quick? And let me just say something.
Mm-hmm.
I will be honest and very transparent. When I was in Guayaquil, I think I was there for 6 days. Like one of the girls that I met wanted to be my girlfriend, like instantly. The same experience that I had in Barranquilla. Tall, nice Milano girl. So you're in a country for 30 days and you haven't met not one girl that liked you to a level where she has serious attraction to want to be your girlfriend. That lets me know right there that these women just don't like you and you rather go deal with, 304s. Now you can have that experience maybe by going to another place or really put the effort. I think what we're seeing here is the lack of effort and wanting to actually meet the local women, because there's people that have done it and have accomplished that. Just a lot of them are not on YouTube.
Okay. Let me catch the super chat real quick. By Delusional Music, always showing support once again with the $5 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. It says grinding and focus this year, paid off my student loans, prepping for a big travel year in 2025. I'll post up some stuff in the coming weeks. You guys make sure to sub to my man Delusional Music. All right, he's always dropping dope ass content. All right, shout out to my man Holland in 2016 with Delusional the super chat. Says, what up, BMT and QB? Excited to see this review. All right.
Oh, okay. All right. Appreciate it, man. All right.
I got my man Player with a Passport in the building. Men only feel like they're spending money because they're chasing women who don't want them. Ooh. Spending all their time trying to convince her to want them. Mm-hmm. Okay, I kind of agree with that. I kind of don't. All right. Sometimes you're just going to spend money, man. You demand shit. Just shit. Right. Some guys swear they getting dimes and nines and eights to, do all that, but I don't look for it. All right. Now, what I will say is a key indication, and I know most of my OGs in the chat already know this, but if a woman makes an attempt to pay for something on her first date, especially a woman that doesn't make a lot of money and works very hard, that's a key sign that she likes you. Mm-hmm. Or if she just buys some coffee or some juice or something and you pay for the rest of the date, that's a key sign that, okay, she has interest towards you. Because if she don't have no interest towards you, she's not even looking at anything as far as trying to pay anything out of her pocket.
Mm-hmm.
So,
okay.
No, BMT got a little game, man. BMT got a little something.
I see you, player. I see you. I seen your real receipts too. So
I mean,
QB can vouch for you. Not a problem, man.
Yeah, it is what it is. All right, where we at? Okay, let's go.
Into the culture, get my language better, things like that. But from my experience dealing with women, talking to women, going on dates, especially as of right now, I have seen and I have learned from other people that lived out here for years that as a foreigner, you do not get the same treatment dating overseas as you would a local person that is dating here. A local person
I disagree on that.
Hold on, he finished. He lives here. He has no resources to support this girl. Her expectation of him is going to be much, much different. It's going to be much, much different.
Okay, so the girl in this thumbnail, right? Tell us about that girl really quick.
She's a bartender. That's it. Not dating her.
Okay.
That's
So
dragon throat. Those of you guys that don't know her, that is dragon throat.
So why are we posting girls on a thumbnail that we're not dating?
Why would we have to post women we're dating inside of thumbnails? What girl are you dating that would be comfortable with you doing content like this and posting her as a thumbnail?
My girlfriend. She's very.
So now you have a girlfriend.
Yeah, I told you that. Yes.
You mean this girl that spends 3 to 4 months in her country without seeing you? That's your girlfriend?
No, I see my girl every month. Every single month I see her.
All right, we are going to cook you with onions when it comes to that.
Sure.
We're going to leave that alone. We're going to leave.
No. Let's cook. I want you to cook. Let's go ahead and cook. I want you to cook. Let's go. Let's cook right now.
Where does your girl live?
My girl, she lives in Guadalajara.
Okay, so you see her once a month, and you send her no money.
Why? Why don't you send my girl money?
Is she financially stable?
She has a job. Yes.
Is she financially stable? I didn't ask you.
Yeah, she's financially stable. She's not poor. She's not on food stamps. She's not a prostitute. She's financially stable.
So if you told her, remember, because we had this conversation at first, I don't know if it was about your girl because you mentioned 3 girls.
Okay.
Hey, meet me in DR. She's gonna pay her own way there. She's gonna pay for all of her own stuff.
Well, when it comes to trips, I pay for the trips.
Why?
I admit that.
Why?
She doesn't have enough money to go on trips with me. Okay.
Does that make her financially stable if she doesn't pay for her own trips?
So let's just say you meet a girlfriend in the United States and she works at Jack in the Box and you say, hey, I would like for you to go out to Miami with me because you're my girlfriend and I got a great deal staying at this resort.
I wouldn't be seeing her once a month. I would be seeing her every.
But let's just say it's long distance though, and you do see her once a month.
So you're dating a girl in a third world country in a long distance relationship that cannot afford to meet you at any of these countries that you were traveling to.
No, I can go see her at her place in Guadalajara, which I've done several times. So again, traveling is a hobby for me. I do not have to take my girlfriend on any vacations. That's what you fail to understand. I can literally go to Guadalajara every weekend if I choose to and see her every weekend. But my goal is to live with her, most likely in Tijuana, Rosarito. So the long distance relationship will no longer be an issue. That is my goal.
And how long have you and this girl been dating?
Going on almost 4 years.
4 years.
Mm-hmm.
You've been in a long distance relationship with this girl for 4 years. And there's no part of you that thinks that a significant amount of her attraction to you is your financial capability.
Hold on. Let me ask the super chat. 100 people in the building. Appreciate you guys. You said you pay for the girl's rent. No, I do not. I don't pay for her rent. I don't pay any of the bills. Okay. I don't do none of that.
Let me ask you this, QB. I mean, would it be an issue if you pay for her rent? Would that be tricky?
Well,
I mean, I don't see a big issue if you guys in a relationship.
Right. So let me put some context on here, and this is where he's really good at basically manipulating the subject, going somewhere else. We're supposed to be on the video and talking about the girl, but I'll explain myself. So yes, getting close to 4 years, but I took my girl serious like in the last 2 years. Okay. So it's, no more side pieces. I want something long-term with my girlfriend. So the next step, which I'm working on right now, is getting residency, and then I can put her in an apartment. Right now, she lives with the parents. In most Latin American countries, the girl doesn't leave the parents' house until she really gets married or, has a serious boyfriend.
Hey,
So,
real quick.
Mhm.
I don't mean to cut you off at all, but that is the saving grace. And I'm so happy that families in these Latin American countries do that, bro, because once they get their own apartment, that's where we go wrong in North America right there, bro. Once women get their own little place, they move into their own house, and they have their sexual freedoms, they amp themselves up every single time.
Right.
They do I have yet to have met a woman, and I've seen women at my age, I've seen them play it out. I've seen them get houses 27, 28. They've been living with their parents this whole time, and they just go through this Sex in the City stage, and then they come back around in their 40s. Wondering what happened with all the years when you just spent a decade just messing with random dudes with your sexual liberation. I hate that shit. That's why so many women are messed up mentally. It's because of that sexual freedom that they have, when they get their own houses. If I had a daughter, I wouldn't let her get her own home until she was like 30 years old. Straight up. 27, 28. I'd be like, damn, you ain't find no dude yet? All right, then fuck around and go out there. But I'm sorry. The reason I had to say that because I was thinking about that today, bro. I was wondering, like, damn, this girl is 26 or going on 26, and she still got a mind to herself.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, it's her because she stayed with her parents still. She's still like her mind is still like it's not. She's a woman, but she's just still very naive about things because you can't really experience life until you remove yourself from your parents' care.
Right. But again, that comes with good norms, right? The mom, she gets to see how the mom interacts with the dad, and then the dad is going to be like, hey, I don't want my daughter out there living alone and I'm not able to have guidance on her, so I'm trusting you as the good boyfriend to guide my daughter, and you know how to put her in a place where you can protect and provide. That's what we do as men. And so I told her, sometime next year I want to make that step where I put you in a place and you'll be good to go. And I'm happy to pay the rent. I mean, $700 can get you a lot in Tijuana or Mexicali, either or. But yeah, I have no issue doing that. But as of right now, she stays with the parents. Now, for me, what's the best interest for me? Number one, I can make a nice YouTube studio. And again, getting my residency, eventually owning property down there. So there's benefits both ways.
I hate when dudes say that body count don't matter. I really hate that shit. I really hate that shit, bro. I just don't understand.
We got cuts.
Yeah, I just don't understand that mentality. We are so messed up in the States right now, but with that mentality of body count is just a myth and it don't matter. It matters a huge amount. A huge, even if in the Bible it says it, bro. Like, come on, man.
Right.
Nature is nature. Nature is nature, man. There's no woman of value that's sleeping around with 1,500 dudes and gonna be the same as that person she did before she started doing that. I'm sorry. You're right. I'm sorry. And you gotta understand, man, like men are powerful. We are powerful creatures. We're very powerful creatures. And when we sleep with a woman, we leave our essence on her for the rest of her life. So you trying to tell me that a woman that's 35 is still the same as a woman that's 20? It does not compute, man. That's the dumbest shit in the world. Literally the dumbest. I mean, we'll even come for that, bro. It's not even the Middle East, East Africa. The whole world knows that. The whole entire, we're the only dudes on the fucking planet in the black community that thinks, oh, it doesn't matter if she slept. It doesn't matter if she's a porn star. I'm going to wife her. She's going to be a good mom and a good, like, you guys are fucking idiots, man.
All right, go
play
ahead.
with the passport. My bad. I'm going to play with the passport real quick. BMT, there's no advice or device or software that would give you her body count. Let me tell you something, man. You should be able to feel. You should have some type of intuition. You should be able to kind of feel that out there like that. You know what I'm saying? If you just kind of fall into it, or if you access it easy, that's just not because you're saying some magical things out your mouth, bro. That's the type of female. You should be able to judge her character. Now, back in the day, I couldn't do this, but after a while, now I know how to pick them. So you should be able to tell. Nah, Iman Perry, that should be pissing me off, man, because that's the reason a lot of our women are effed the hell up right now within our community. And that's the reason that we got to go to other people's community that got a little bit still left of a culture.
Right.
That's the main reason our women are so damn jacked up. That's why we got to snipe women from other cultures. Luckily, there's so many billions of black people in the world, we can do that. But nah, man, body count extremely matters, man. It really matters. All right, my bad. Let me.
No, you good. This is, brother, you got to preach. This is your show. We're educating. Man, we're educating the audience because, again, we're seeing dating delusional belief systems on these platforms. We're bringing you guys back together and saying, look, don't go down this route.
Hold on.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Now go ahead. My bad.
Yeah, don't go down this route, okay? self-improve, and you're going to have a whole better experience than most dudes that are going to do what the norm is. And I'm going to leave it at that, but continue.
Okay.
No cell phone bill, no rent, any of that. Do I pay for the trip? Yes, I do. Okay, I just had to answer that for clarification. Now, what was your question again?
Hey, let's. I want to skip up because y'all was at this for a minute, man. Did y'all like really get into a heated? Like it was a section that y'all really just.
Probably in the not this one, but another one. But
okay.
Yeah, if you just want to skip a little bit more, and then I see what you're opening up the panel right now.
Yeah, I dropped one
Yeah.
for
okay, yeah. If anyone wants to join and they want to go to a section, they can. But yeah, anyone's welcome. Tell me if I'm wrong, if I'm still tricking. I mean, again, I don't mind opposition.
Okay. All right, player. You came in, man. You didn't even cam up for me, man. But go ahead and say what you got to say, my brother.
Hello?
Yeah, we hear you.
Oh, okay. All right. What's up with you fellas?
Good.
What's up, man? What's good?
Oh man, cool, man. Trying to live the dream, just working hard. Let me answer QB's question real quick. You ain't tricking, homie. You ain't tricking. You know what I'm saying? Point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, man, players move a certain type of way. And
really quick, can we give your definition of tricking? Because tricking is interchangeable like the word game. Okay.
Oh,
and for reference, right, QB, 59% said you're tricking, bro. Go ahead.
All right. So for me, tricking comes from the word trick, right? And a trick was somebody that they paid a female to fill a void. All right. So maybe a guy is married and maybe he got a foot fetish and he don't want to, he afraid to share that with his woman. So, he go get him a female and he fills that void.
Toes.
Yeah. Maybe he wasn't able to get the freaky sex that he want. Right. He would call on a female to fill that void. Maybe it's just a man that he just, for whatever reason, right, he just can't get laid. Boom. So he would call up a female to fill that void. So the action was tricking, right? It's the act of tricking, right? So when I say it's coming from that perspective. You know what I mean? It's coming from that perspective. The as I understood it from people like my uncle.
Right. And I'm going to reply really quick. To me, if you're investing in a relationship with a girl that genuinely likes you, you're fulfilling your duties as a man being a provider. And so 100%. If that's, paying the rent, and obviously if I'm going to pay for the rent, I'm going to be living there. Okay. Yeah. Doing things to make sure she's taken care of.
Right.
That is the role as a man. Now, again, I'm not telling men how to live their lives. If you want to be a single guy, be a bachelor for the remaining of your life, you have that freedom to do so. There's nothing wrong with that. And with that comes with a lot of peace. However, if you do get lonely and you desire to be with a woman for companionship, paying a pro is not the way to go.
Yeah, I agree with that, man. I agree with that. I find a lot that men don't understand that when listen, I come from a different era. So a female, these privileges were earned.
Right.
You understand? Because of her behavior towards you. You know what I'm saying? The behavior and its consistency. But for whatever reason, that's kind of deteriorated within men, right? Where they don't have a standard for a female to even live up to, right? Because they're not judging women off the character, the values, the morals, principles, their virtues. They're not judging women by that anymore. That's not important to men. What's important is
They
how
they,
good she
they,
looks.
they don't know because a lot of times the women in their family want shit.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. True that. But just as men, in order to lead a woman, first of all, homie, you got to have some momentum in your
Mhm.
life. You got to be moving in the direction of success. You got to be a man of action, right? You got to be a man that acknowledges her strengths to her, right? That's key word. Acknowledge her strengths to her, and then also help her to polish her weaknesses, right? But
Mhm.
you also got to be able to provide the results. You understand? Because the female, she don't fall in love with the bins and the Cuban links and the diamond earrings. She falls in love with the process that got the results, right? And
Mhm.
so a lot of men, when your target is the soul, you get them forever. You understand? But a lot of men, they target is just the box,
Oh,
But
wow.
to answer your question, BMT, this is what I mean when I say that body count don't matter, right? It matters, but on a larger scale, it don't matter.
Oh,
I'm in
you're the
complete
you're the you're the one that said that comment?
100%, 100%,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Because it matters, right? And I'm in agreement with you, BMT. Yeah, man, you should be able to tell when you meet a female. You should be able to tell if she's a promiscuous female that's moving fast. You should absolutely be able to tell that, right? But to but to say like it matters, right? Like when guys, just like you hate when you hate when guys say, man, body count don't matter. I hate when guys say, oh man, a body count, man. What's her body count? As if she's going to tell you the truth, right? But when you're dealing with a female that is a quality woman that's has the virtues, the principles, the values, and the morals instilled in her, the truth sounds different than the bullshit, right? So it's like, excuse me, it's like when a young man asks QB, "You think your woman cheating on you? You think this? You think since you ain't there that she ain't messing around with you?" Nah, homie. Nah, she ain't messing around, right? But can't men can't fathom a female being loyal to a man because she adores the man.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? They don't
Mhm.
believe that they're enough alone.
Mhm.
Right? I was
Mhm.
getting females when I was broke and fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes the
So
best time to get them.
yeah, yeah, but all you got is you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got you ain't had the toys at that time in your life, right?
Mhm.
You didn't have all the sparkly objects to go along with you. All you had was you,
Somebody
right?
say you dated an old hoe, you already accepted a high body count. That's
He said
facts.
what?
If you're dating an old chick, you already accepted a high body count. That's facts.
Yeah. But this is my thing when it comes to body count. I don't know of any device or any software that you can put inside or on top of the vagina that's going to feed you back any information to let you know where she's been. Right? I do believe that um again, when you're judging a female by the substance, you're gonna be able to tell if she's a promiscuous woman or not. But on its face, does body count matter? On its face, no. That's my opinion, right? And at the end of the day, my body count gonna be higher than any broad I'm dealing with. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because I've been doing this shit forever, right? So on its face, it don't matter. But once you dig in the layers, I'm in agreement with you, BMT. What's up, obstacles?
What's going on? Welcome to the show.
Welcome,
What's
welcome.
good?
What's up, man? You been tuned in?
Yeah. I've been tuned in for a bit, so y'all can continue. But I've been tuned in for a bit. I heard y'all was just recently going back and forth, so I'm just chopping
No,
it up.
we want to hear what you got to say, brother.
Yeah, yeah,
You
absolutely.
think you be tricking or no?
You
Well,
Right.
stupid.
I did see QB. QB, what is specifically people saying you tripping about? Because I just want to get it from you before there's
Right.
a lot of things
So
have been said.
we have a younger class coming into this space, all right? And I'm not trying to police anyone what they do on YouTube, okay? But I do have an audience that appreciates me holding certain people accountable.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, when I came across the Homies Hub, I'm like, all right, cool. You know, younger guy. I mean, he's almost 30. And I'm saying, hey, you know, you have your content, everything is cool, but you're misleading the audience. That was really my issue. And I said, because of my experiences, I was in the same mindset that you were in. And that led me, you know, to some self-destruction. And it took a while to get out of that. And I'm a lot better. Now, everybody here on this platform, you're your own man. There's certain things that I'm going to agree with you. There's certain things I'm going to disagree with you. And there's certain things that you have to experience yourself to be like, you know what? This dude was right. But because this is a platform, everyone's allowed to voice their opinion. And so that's where, like, I just challenged his, you know, belief and, hey, no, you know, you should really go out here, make an effort dating. But if you're going to get these type of girls, you should self-improve, you know, your body, your finances, everything,
Sure.
You know, that should take into effect. And sometimes you might have to take yourself out the game and not deal with women to reach certain goals. And I've accomplished that as well. There was a time, a lot of people don't know, I went celibate for almost 11 months, just cold turkey. And I got a lot accomplished in life as a man. And some dudes, that's what they may need to do. But if you're saying, oh, I'm self-improving, you know, doing, you know, some F-boy-ish on a daily, and you're trying to stack up bread, that's where I'm like, time out. So that's
it sounds pretty reasonable to me. You know, it sounds like some good manly advice, right? I don't think it's kind of outlandish from where you just said, or from what you just said right now. That sounds pretty reasonable. You know,
right.
I did that for about 2 years. I decided not to deal with anybody and just focus on leveling myself up in some things that I needed to kind of, you know, grease the wheels on. And I think also too, from what you said and what I heard you've been saying, it makes perfect sense. You know, like I think it's kind of insane that you're chasing women if you don't have resources to eat. Like that's pretty, like, you know, animals don't even do that. Animals secure the food first before they start worrying about mating. And so I think food security is, you know, primer. You focus on securing your food. I know people like to say capital and money, but money just represents you being able to acquire food and housing, right? So I like to call it resources so I can get down to what we're really trying to do. So if you can't acquire resources, you need to focus on that before mating. A dog won't do it. A squirrel won't do it. A lion don't do it. They all secure territory first. They all secure a food supply and water supply, and then they get the mating checked off. They don't try to do it at the same time and all this other stuff, because what I'm saying is beneficial, women or no women, it's going to be good for you. Right. You're going to need to eat, women or no women, lonely or no lonely, right? So prioritize that empty stomach over loneliness, and then you'll be all right. And so I think from what you just said just now, that sounds really good. And I get it.
Cool.
That good makes sense. And then paying. I don't know about this paying. Look, guys, you're on YouTube. Watch what the hell you say. Okay? So a lot of guys will condone. I'm not saying evil or bad. What I am saying is you're on YouTube. Watch your mouth, because people are getting hit up with charges for less. So, you know, that type of stuff, saying, I'm going to do this and I'm going to. All right, cool. When they pulling you up and they got you on the news looking crazy in the future, you're going to be like, it was a joke. I'm a comedian. If you look in the subtitles, it say entertainment purposes, and nobody's trying to hear it at that point.
Right.
So just
James,
defrost.
what's up, man? What's good?
Hold on. What's up, James? What's going on, bro?
What's up?
Okay. You out there in Kenya, right?
Yeah, I'm in Kenya.
Okay, what you got to say about this topic, bro?
The truth is, if you can't get an 8 in the United States, you're not going to get an 8 overseas. If you get an 8 overseas, it's going to be skewed. There's going to be an underlying truth about that.
What if you don't? What if you don't want an 8 in the States?
I'm not even gonna. I can't respond to that right now. That doesn't make sense. No offense. No offense.
How does that don't make sense?
Let me get back to that in a second. Let me just respond to that. Everyone knows that the saying is, if you go overseas and get one of these 8s or 9s like that, don't bring it back to the States, right? So why can't you bring it? Okay, but why can't you bring it back to the States? What's going to happen?
I believe you can bring it back to the States.
Me too.
Okay, cool. All right, BMT. So, all right, you cool on that part. But a lot of people say that, no, don't bring it back.
Sorry, bro, I gotta fuck with you because you came in so serious, bro. So
I'm just focused on it. I always communicate that way. It's not on some, yo, I ain't fucking with y'all. This is how I communicate.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's just how I communicate. I'm not on some serious business type. Look, I'm on a fucking hoodie. Anyway, but that's that.
YouTube, man. Come on, man.
But that, oh yeah, my cursing. You know I'm a sailor, man. But that's just the thing right there. They say don't bring it back to the States. Something I know from being in the Northeast, and a lot of Latinos know about this, bruh. Latinos who are born and raised in the United States, especially in the Northeast, are known. You always see them with these bad wives and stuff like that. You know that they've been doing this. They've been going to Colombia and Ecuador and getting their wives and bringing them back to the States. They've been doing that since the beginning, man.
That's true.
And dude, yeah, they get Hispanic women in the United States, but for the most part, their women go for white boys. I'm just putting it out there. And then if there was a Latino dude on this platform right now, he won't be attacking me. He'd be agreeing with me. So if there's a Latino, come on the panel and back me up on this. They've been going over.
It depends on the type of Latino too, though, man, because it's a lot of black Afro Latinos that.
Well, they do the same thing. They do the same thing. It's not, doesn't matter.
I know brothers married to Latino women, like heavy.
You said brothers. You said, well, BMT. What's that got to do with it? I said Latino men. No. You said they go for white men. Right. I know. For the most part, they do go for white men. Dude, they're normally. It's all everyone knows they're raised to hate black men anyway. That's why they don't do it. You can't bring them. Yeah, of course. I know for a fact. I've dated Latino women. I know a lot of them. A good amount of them do go for brothers. You know what I'm saying? And only brothers. Some fine ones, only brothers. You know what I'm saying? I've met them. I know. I've grown up with them. I grew up in Connecticut, so I'm in New York and New Jersey. But at the same time, and I've lived in Texas as well. And I've dated Latin women in Texas. I've dated Latin women in New York, New Jersey. Okay, James. So you basically not
saying that
it's impossible.
You're agreeing that passport bros are delusional because if they can't get the same quality of women in the States, they can't get them overseas. So they're delusional. Facts. And basically, they're just tricks overseas.
Oh, I'm not going to call them tricks.
Well, how are they getting 8s, 9s, and 10s if they can't? If they get them overseas and not getting them in the States? Because they're obviously getting good-looking women overseas.
I said there's an underlying truth about that. That's what I was trying to say. Mm-hmm. Because you can't bring them back to the States.
Yeah.
So you get a little bit. You get a benefit because you that American swag, and you do have a little bit of financial status. So they give you the benefit of the doubt. And they give you get a couple points, and everyone knows that. That's always been the truth. You get points by being an American brother. You do get points, but at the same time,
it's like walking through high school with the varsity jacket on. Is what you're saying?
It does happen for you. All right. Now, am I saying that it's impossible for you to do it? No, I'm not saying it's impossible, because brothers have been known to go over there, learn the language, and really bring themselves to be, I'm gonna say something too that y'all don't really talk about, and do step up, and they really are high quality brothers. And the reason why y'all look at that and be like, oh, well, see, you got a regular brother who had trouble in the States going over there to get him, but at the same time, where did he live? You got dudes who only lived in one city, never left that city, then go overseas and get a really bad one and think that they needed to go overseas to do it. How many cities have you lived in the United States? Because I'm going to tell you right now, I know for a fact that if you lived in Kentucky, but you went to Florida, or you went to Vegas, or you went somewhere else, right? And you got a baddie, you know what I'm saying? It's because they appreciated you more over there than they did where you were. These are facts. Back in the days when I was younger, it was known, dudes in New York and New Jersey, go down south and get your wife. They got women down there saying they will cook and clean for you. This was true back in the days. Y'all may be too young for this. It was known, go down south to get your wife. There's bad ones in Atlanta, badass sisters in Atlanta that'll cook and clean for you and be a good wife for you. Go down there, get your wife.
Okay, James, I'm trying to catch. No,
Go ahead.
Okay, like you gotta land your plane, brother. Like, what's the? You saying don't bring? Are you stating basically that dudes should be just moving to other American cities and getting their wives in other American cities?
You're missing my point. First of all, it's not like that in Atlanta no more. Everyone knows Atlanta is trash now. It happened fast. Don't even
New York dudes. Go ahead.
I'm keeping it real. Atlanta is the worst place to find your wife right now. Back in the days used to be good. What I'm saying is, a lot of times, what I meant when I was saying some dudes lived in one city and never left that city and don't really know their true potential. But instead of going to another state and finding out they can get something way better than what they've been able to get in their one little city, they went to another country. I've lived in 15 different states.
Okay.
I've lived all over the country. I've lived in Hawaii.
Okay.
And I can tell you,
I got you.
You get what I'm saying now?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I want to say that if you can't get an 8 in the States, you can get an 8 overseas. And it's funny because a lot of military women used to always say that when guys were getting pretty good chicks, that they would say that was beyond their station with quotations on it, because I don't believe in that so much. But they were like, "Oh, he couldn't get that back in the States." And it's like, so that was a very common phrase that they would use a lot of times. I would say that sometimes things are just different overseas. People are looking at it. You got to look at the women too. Women look for different things at different phases of their lives. You get me? So the bad boy that they would get at a certain age, maybe they're looking to settle down. Maybe they're looking for a guy to actually have a family with. And they think that's going to be of a different guy. And they're going to have to trade off points when it comes down to looks or physique and, swag and things of this nature. So it all depends. The market is all over the place. But I do think if a guy could not pull things in 8s, in the States, women in the West culturally look for different things when they're mating versus another group of girls in a different place in a different country. So you have to look at all these paradigms, and then they make up whether a guy can pull or not. Because I've been in the military, I've been deployed overseas, I lived overseas for 20 years. A lot of guys that quote unquote wouldn't get girls in the States get girls overseas because the girls are looking for different things, especially for those foreigners, especially things like security, something that possibly they can't get locally. And also I'll add and land the plane on, a lot of the men from those girls' perspectives in their own home country have a big supply of women. So they do certain things that they don't agree with. Those women are like, I'll date a foreigner because he's going to cater to me differently than my local men would cater to me. So it's a big different thing with it.
I want to.
I need some sound effects, man. Hold on, I got anything?
They said that real. That was good. That was good right there.
Hold on. I'm too old with the. That's some bullshit ass sound effect. Go ahead. Stand ovation, bro. Stand ovation. I gotta do it manually, bro. Good one.
Right. BMT needs to have some background music, maybe in the future.
I gotta get some sound effects, guys.
Okay.
Oh, shout out to my man Razor in the building though. Before we go, shout out to you, salute, guys, salute. Razor Rays. Shout out to Rays, Rays. I'll tell the chat, I'll be very truthful, man. Rays saved my ass in Punta Cana. Your boy got a little too lit. And I got the beer goggles. Okay, I had the beer goggles, and I was, she was a little plump. She was a little plumped in in certain sections. Rays was just like, no, stop, don't go to war. So shout out to my man Razor Rays. It was all them cervezas you had me drinking, brother. All right, go ahead, QB. My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I just want to interject and just tell like literally a 60-second story. In regards to guys getting quality overseas, early in the stream, I kind of mentioned that there are guys that are going to have certain success, depending on several different factors. But also, if you want your requirements met, you may have to go to other places where, the women look to par to what you physically desire. And I bring that up because one of the guys that I interview on my channel, his name is G Raw, pause. He has this mindset and he's a little delusional, socially awkward. And I said, look, the place where you should really consider, mind you, this guy is in his late 30s, wants to have a family. His dress attire is horrible, from G.I. Joe to lean like a cholo, high socks. I'm like, brother, you're from LA, man. Decent drip. I said, look, you need to probably go to Cuba. Cuba would be a destination where the girl most likely is not going to care how you dress, how socially awkward you are. The women are fit. And, there's a pretty good chance where somebody will say, yes, you can have my daughter to, be with, legal age and everything to start a family. What's your guys' thoughts on that?
That's not going to happen.
James said it's not going to happen.
Your daughter?
No, not my daughter. I'm just giving.
No, I mean they're going to ask you. They're going to ask you to.
I've seen videos where it seems
you saw,
like.
Oh, okay. No, go ahead.
Yeah, where it seems like, okay, because this brother, he's been traveling everywhere: Colombia, Mexico, Argentina, Ecuador, Japan, Europe, and he's just been striking out. I said, look, don't come with me to Mexico. Go to Cuba. All right. Because the economic situation, obviously, and a lot of the women are a lot skinnier compared to other Latin American countries, largely because of the food shortage. So you being an American, I mean, yeah, they're going to look at you as somebody that's going to save them. Yeah, but I'm sure there's going to be a girl that's going to say, hey, I'm going to look beyond that and still want to be your girlfriend, your future wife.
Okay, why was he striking out in these other countries?
Man, long story short, he went the route, I want to be careful and he was dealing with girls that did not like him, and he tried to really date S workers throughout Latin America. And I said, bro, you cannot do that. This is not going to happen. And then also,
that's why he was checking out in all the countries. He went for hookers.
Pretty much.
Come on, man. Come on, James.
Okay. Okay. And then he has this.
What do you mean, come on, what am I doing?
I mean, this is Disneyland out here, man. You can't just be saying, certain words, brother.
Oh, the words. I didn't know that was I didn't know that. All right.
Okay, but also,
I got you, man. It's his shit. This is your show. I'll try not to do it, but I didn't know that was I didn't know I was a strike. But I got you, man.
But also, James, he has this requirement where the woman cannot be a single mother. So that's also the requirement that he has, and so he will meet some girls that were not, working, but they were single moms, and I'm just like, bro,
are the women with no kids harder to get?
Well, they are harder to get. In my opinion,
I'm just trying to clarify everything. That way we don't have to double talk. So what I'm trying to find out is, where does this man stand, as opposed to what the young brother in the right hand corner, I'm saying, with the black shirt, what he was saying. I want to know if he was put in court and I was the lawyer and I was like, here's proof that, if you can't get nothing in the States, you can't get nothing here. how does how would he be disqualified? How could we say, well, he's not a candidate because he's different? I'm trying to find out if he's a good candidate for this argument right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I think the problem is I asked him, like, hey, when was the last time you dated a girl like this that was in shape with no kids? And the real answer was when he was in college, and that's about 15 years ago. So,
well, wait, okay, I don't mean to cut you off, but where did he live in the States before he went overseas?
California, from LA.
What part of California? Because California is like a country.
Right. Los Angeles area.
Okay, you know what it's like. It's harder than Miami. You know that, right?
Yeah, I would agree. I haven't been to Miami in 10 years, but yes, I would agree.
Okay. Did he live anywhere else?
So he's a truck driver now. So I think he might have lived in Utah for a little bit where he went to college.
Twilight Zone.
Mm-hmm. Right. And so
it is. Yeah, it's the Twilight Zone. Yeah.
I want out there.
No, I'll tell you right now, it's fun to party, y'all. Just so y'all know, he could tell you, it's fun to party in Salt Lake City. Just so y'all know, it's fun to party out there. I give him that.
So he also doesn't drink, doesn't smoke. Like, he's really squared, and that's okay.
Is he fit? Is he fit?
Yes, he is fit.
What's his height? What's his height?
He's about close to 6 feet, 5'11".
Okay.
He has the bald head. Nothing against bald head at all.
Bald head gang in the building.
I'm just giving
if you got some people look better in bald head, like Shaq.
Right.
Shaq looked like he seems like he's more professional when he had that bald head. You know what I'm saying? It seems like people could take him more serious.
Right.
Because he used to have his haircuts, were a little goofy and everything. But I'm just saying.
It could be his mindset.
Right.
It could be. I'm trying to find out. You know what I'm saying?
BMT, what's your cash up? How much to keep this goofy James off the panel?
Oh man,
that's just a hater.
Oh, come on now.
I have a group of haters that if I come on live, they don't like it when I come on live because I make them feel bad.
All right, Game Changer, you in there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Go ahead. What you got to say, brother?
Okay, so basically, I want to call a cap on what James was talking about.
You cutting it? You kind of cutting in and out. You're coming in just a little low.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Or can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, I was just calling.
Yeah, we can hear you. I can hear you.
I was just calling cap on what James was saying about the if you can't get an 8 in the States, you won't be able to get one elsewhere. That is cap if I ever heard it. Listen, and you don't have to travel to do this. Fellas, here, right now, in any city in America, go to OkCupid or go to Plenty of Fish or go to any dating site, right? And then see what you pull off that dating site. And then go to like Colombian Cupid or go to Colombia this or Brazil that or anywhere else in the world and see what you pull there. And you will see how much cap it is. His own friend Austin said he couldn't get anything where he lived. And then he came on this very show and said he gets everything in Brazil. What do you mean if you can't get it in the States? You can't get it elsewhere. That is the biggest cap ever. My dude, why? Why do you lie?
Are you finished?
Every time there's a long pause, it means I'm finished.
Actually, no, it doesn't. A lot of people don't pause and then they jump back in when you start talking. They do that.
I forgot. Game Changer be on it, man. I forgot about that.
Yeah, people do that. All right. First of all, he just said that we just talked about a dude who clearly had a horrible time getting girls in the States, and he went overseas and he was striking out. Period. And we know of plenty of dudes that have said the same thing. We all know about all these guys who do these consultations. They say, man, I think Andre was talking about it. He talks about it all the time. I tell people, these dudes, exactly what to do, where to go, how to dress, how to talk, what to learn. And then they come out to Colombia and act like fools and end up with nothing but hookers. He talks about it over and over again. People out in Thailand, even Richie Mack said dudes do it in Thailand, of all places. Come out to Thailand with dudes. I mean, they look like you can get a 10 in Miami and then strike out horribly in Thailand and end up with a lady boy. Yes, these stories are true. We've seen these things. I say, and even Austin says,
what you say?
If you are straight up, I mean, you still got to have your stuff together. We tell you how you got to be. You're talking about a 9. You're talking about 9s and 10s. These are women that freaking NBA players were married. That's what you're talking about when you say 9 to 10. If that's not what you're talking about, then what is your 9 to 10?
Okay.
We gotta clarify. When you say it's a 9 or 10, that means it's a 9 and a 10 for everybody. These women can get the best of the best in the States. And you thinking that if you can't get nothing but a 5, you think you're gonna bring your lame ass to Colombia and get the same thing. Yes. What I'm trying to say, we know of dudes who have lived in the same city of their lives and never left and thought,
okay, James,
it couldn't get no better than that. You could BMT. I'm on a roll right now. Just give me a chance, man. Did I curse again?
No,
my bad.
Man, you said that already, brother. Hold on. Damn it, James. I got love for you, brother. Go ahead. O12, you had something to say.
Oh,
go ahead. Hop in there.
No. Let Game Changer them go. Let Game Changer them go.
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. The reason why you are more capable of getting, and you saying 9s and 10s now, but we were talking about 8s. But the reason why you are more capable of getting an 8+ overseas than in the States, the women who would be in the NBA, because overseas there's no NBA. So you gotta think about stuff like that. Okay,
that doesn't make any sense.
And I'm sorry, somebody said that didn't make sense.
Yes, I did.
Oh, so
you want me to clarify it?
Okay, please.
You just said that because they don't have them, that's why they can't get them. What I'm trying to tell you is dudes that are on point, dudes that are high level men. These girls can get them. So these guys, there's men of that caliber going in these countries as well. Mm-hmm. All right. What I'm trying to talk about the caliber of the man. It has nothing to do with the fact that it's not over there. It's not NBA players over there. I'm not talking about the opportunities of the girl. What I'm talking about is the caliber of the man. I'm talking about dudes who are literally you can't even help them. No coach can help them.
No, I'm
okay. And we're talking about this very same dude.
No, you are repeating yourself. Let me say this. I also was using the same analogy with the NBA. My point is that there are more 8, 9s, and 10 females than there are, professional athlete millionaires in these places. Let's understand that. So that overflow gives you a far better chance. Now, let's not talk extremes here, because there's 3 types of guys. There's guys that get it everywhere, no matter where they go. Mm-hmm. There's guys that get it nowhere, no matter where they go. And then there's everybody else in the world. Then there's the other 95% of the population who gets it where they are, but they could get it better if they went there. And that is who I'm talking about. When you are saying, if you can't get, if you're a 600-pound dude, then you're a 600-pound dude everywhere you go. But if you're a dude here that tops out at a 7.5, no matter how hard you try, trust and believe you couldn't get an 8 in the States, but you can get one abroad. And that's who I'm talking to. Listen, if you are a dude that's completely inept, then there's really nothing that you could do about it. And
you just agreed with me.
No, I didn't, because
yes, you did.
I'm saying that there are those who can't here but can there. That is what I'm saying.
So you just all right. So what about the person that you said is like there's no hope for you? Who are you talking about?
I do not care. Just like I don't care about the retarded kids that can't get into Harvard.
Dude,
I don't.
Go ahead, obstacles.
I don't care about.
What kind of response is that?
Hold on.
No, I'm saying I do not care about the extreme lows.
Okay, hold on.
Because I'm not talking to the extreme lows.
Okay, guys, hold on. Let me catch super chat real quick by my man Starbull with $10 super chat. I don't know if that's the real Starbull though.
Right.
Super sticker, but appreciate the super chat.
Shout out to him. Some of his stuff be funny. I ain't gonna lie, but go ahead.
Man, come on, man. All right, go ahead, O2O.
Ooh, game changer, man. Oh, man. He said something that I'm just going to correlate real quick. Forget the small situational thing like the story QB was talking about. Let's just take it here, all right? Let's just use our brains real quick, all right? So in America, right, you got in my opinion, you got an underflow or undersupply of looks, right? But an overflow of capital. In America, we got a lot of money. It's a $27 trillion economy. You get? So more people are going to have more money. Just the average American has some of the 10% wealth in the world, right? So net, of course, a lot of people are overweight in America, right? Everybody agree about that? It's damn near like 70%, right? It's really high, all right?
Yeah.
But when you go overseas, yeah, I was being nice. Okay. All right. But if you go overseas, what is it? It's an overflow of looks. Like most people are not overweight, right? So it's an overflow of looks, pretty women, right? Available women, right? And then you have an undersupply of economics. You're dealing with countries like Thailand, it's 500 billion, period, GDP, that's it. Ours is 27 trillion. You get? So when you're dealing in the market, sexual marketplace where people are exchanging economic security for, let's say, fertility and looks and these things of this nature, then that's where you get the thing where it's like, if you go overseas, just like if I'm saying, hey, man, you make a lot of money in America, go remote and do what? Live overseas with reduced expenses, right? So therefore, those are the differences in the market. So it does make sense when you compare it that way versus circumstances with one guy who can get no, vajayjay. Let's ignore him and let's just use macroeconomics.
We can't make the exception the norm. We really can't. We can't say because this person, who's completely inept, which is in the exception, because of him, that it's normal that you won't do better, that the average person won't do better in a country full of beautiful women than he would in Nebraska. Come on now, that's ridiculous.
Well, we definitely wasn't saying that, but you just said, I don't care in your response. I was like, what caliber of men are you calling inept?
The inept men. If you're inept,
define that.
That is your caliber. All right,
cool. Let me ask you this, game changer. The guy that he was talking about, are you considering him inept?
I don't know.
No.
Would you let him and ask him? Y'all talk and figure that out, because that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to find out where does this man stand.
So to give clarity, he is a little inept, man. He was on my live. He's out there in Japan right now, and I'm telling him, like, go out and make friends, because he's been jaded dealing with pros. He doesn't even want to socialize with women. I'm all like, look, what's wrong with going out on a coffee date? Like, are you serious? I'm not paying for a girl's dinner unless I smash. That's the mindset that he has. And so that has to change, but I don't know if that can change.
Right. Okay. All right. So now, those are the kind of dudes I'm talking about. You hear people say, dudes that be going overseas and throwing money in the air in Colombia, dudes who dress like real hood and walk around, we talked about BMT, you talked about it too. We talked about a lot of dudes who are going to these countries and embarrassing black men.
Yeah.
We talk about a lot of dudes who act stupid, talk stupid, dress stupid, and move stupid. Okay? Those kind of dudes have been known. You can't get like the level of a Michelle Obama, women who carry themselves like Michelle Obama.
Right.
The really upstairs, the good girls, the ones who are raised right. The ones who don't sleep around, the ones who cook and clean but still look like a prime Britney Renner. Look, like a prime Brittany Renner. I'm saying, I got to clarify that.
Yeah.
I always find Brittany Renner physically very attractive, you know what I'm saying? But I know that I got to watch it like, whoa. It ends there. Skin deep. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, they don't even feel comfortable talking to those girls. And we talk about that too, that they only go after, like they go to Thailand, but they only go after the low level girls because they're like, wow, I can't even get them. I'm not even going to go after them. You know what I'm saying? Those are the kind of dudes I'm making sure those dudes know that if the way you moving in that manner is keeping you from getting those caliber of women, if you take that overseas, you're not going to get them because a good Colombian girl is not going to go for those guys either. Are you saying that they would?
You know, James,
Are you asking me? Am I saying that they would?
I'm sorry.
I'm asking.
Okay. I'm gonna say this. If you are a good Colombian girl and you meet a guy who literally makes 50 times what your father makes, and you don't make anything, then yes, you would go for that guy, even if he has a mouthful of gold teeth with his name spelled out on his teeth incorrectly. Yes.
That girl would be that girl that you just described would be bottom of the barrel.
I mean, what would make her bottom of the barrel?
You just said a man makes 50 times more than her dad and she ain't got no money. Meaning her dad is fucked up and she's fucked up, so she's got nothing going on in her life. She's got no momentum, she's got no education, she's got no career.
Let me be explicit with this. I do not care what a woman has going on in her life. Michelle Obama looks like the Grinch's sister, okay? And I don't care about
I
her.
wasn't talking about how she looks, and I think she looks
good.
good.
Hold on, Jay. Let Game Changer finish this point.
I know. What I'm saying is that all that stuff don't faze me. All of her degrees, all of her academic accolades, all of her political conquests, all of that does not faze me at all whatsoever. If I want a Brittany Renner that behaves and I make 50 times more than what she makes, then guess what? I don't care about, her accolades, her education. I do not care. If I cared about a woman's education,
Game changer.
Austin.
Can I catch this real quick?
Can I clarify this to the Brittany Renner, Michelle Obama real fast?
James, hold on. James. Let everybody get into it. Go ahead and play with the passport.
Yeah, what I was saying, Game Changer, is we were talking about, James was talking about guys dressing certain types of ways, right? And so what I'm saying is that, when you dress a certain type of way, you are going to attract a certain type of woman, right? And you're going to deter another type of woman based on your presentation, right? And so when you brought up a female, her dad, a man making 50 times more than her dad, and then it sounded like, the female that you used as the example, like she ain't have shit going on in her life, right? So I was just using that with the example that James was given, the example James was given, saying that, hey, that type of man would have no business dealing with that type of female, right? But if you're running around dressing like, can I finish?
The men that impregnate.
Can I finish? Can I finish? Because I let you finish. I'll let you finish, right? So if you a high quality man, in my opinion, you don't have no business dealing with low hanging fruit, bottom of the barrel women, right? This ties into what James is talking about, or what he was talking about originally.
Okay.
Well, hold on, guys. Y'all gotta take in the economy of these countries too. I think y'all saying like making 50 times, and then that means like the girl's the bottom of the barrel. No, it doesn't.
No.
Like a lot of families that are poor don't make the girl.
Yeah, no.
It seems like
not like that.
No. Hold on. Play with the passport. It almost seems. I see what you're saying. But it could be like the type of family, but also the country as well. Because let's say you in Asia, they don't make that much money. You in Philippines,
500 a month,
right?
But this is what I'm saying.
But if you're in the DR, I see what you're saying, because in the DR, you don't really want to mess with a certain element here.
If you let's take obstacles and opportunities. He's in Medellin and he's dealing with a female in the Strata too.
Okay, well let's look at
obstacles and opportunity. He wouldn't be in that environment with her to even get her attention.
Okay, let's look at it like this.
I think in South America, classism definitely plays a large role.
Big role.
In Asia, it's more. It's classism, of course, in Asia too, but it's just more the norm for foreigners to marry women that might not have the same amount of wealth.
Let's look
you
at
know
it like
Medellin.
this.
You know the hills. You know those
Can I
hills
say
in
this?
Medellin. When you're in Medellin and you look up in those hills,
Well,
right?
Well,
Is Game Changer? Are you saying that you would go up in those hills and you hanging out in those hills trying to meet those women?
I'm saying, I don't know what hills you're talking about, but I am saying that.
Have you been to Medellin?
Yes, I have.
Okay. When you're in Medellin, you look up in those hills, you see those lights, you see those houses up in those mountains. Yes?
Well, that's where we were at the villa. Yeah.
No. I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about.
He's
the
just
villa.
saying like in a favela, somewhere in the hood.
Right. Okay. So that's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Right. That's all I'm saying. That strata, that's like a strata 1, strata 2. You understand?
Okay,
Game
but
Changer
listen,
ain't gonna be
if
there.
a woman
Obstacles
is
and
good-
opportunities ain't gonna be there.
I
You're not
get
gonna be there.
I'm sure as hell not going to be there. I'm not going.
Understand this. Wait. Just to be clear, I'm saying that I wouldn't go to the favelas to pick one of those chicks. If I meet her outside of that, I absolutely would. See, y'all got to actually start thinking like wealthy men, especially when you go to these places. Like, do Floyd Mayweather make 50 times more than his chicks? Okay. Do Elon Musk make literally 1 billion times more than his wife? I mean,
Okay,
what in the world? Who tries to play big bank, take little bank with the chick that they get with?
No. You're not
Truly
understanding where I'm
wealthy
coming from.
dudes do not necessarily have to be with chicks on their same socioeconomic level. That's
you're not understanding.
That is extraordinarily limiting.
You're not understanding.
Truly wealthy dudes don't do that.
You're not understanding what I'm saying. I'm saying.
I mean, it's the equivalent.
Can I finish? Can I finish, man?
Go ahead.
Okay.
I do it.
Right. This is what I'm saying. Right. That, and I'm just going to use the example, okay, of a strata 1, strata 2 Colombian. They couldn't even get into the restaurants that Obstacles and myself and you and BMT would even go to. Right. So we would never even encounter them. That's what I'm saying. Like, we wouldn't encounter them. They wouldn't be in our circles, not even social circles, but just in our entertainment circles. They're not going to be in those areas.
If you met her,
right? So we wouldn't. I don't use dating apps, right? But that's all I'm saying. Like, the proximity, we wouldn't even be in the proximity with these females. Not saying that there's nothing wrong with them, not saying that they're bad people, but it just wouldn't. We wouldn't even be in the same area with them. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Well, somebody has to, serve you food in these restaurants, and if she just so happens to be at a lower strata,
she wouldn't be able to work in a strata 5 or strata 6. She couldn't even get a job in a strata 5, strata 6 restaurant.
I don't even care about. Listen, if I like the chick, I do not care about what strata she is, in.
I understand, but you're missing my point. But go ahead.
He sure is.
That is my point. That is my point. Like, I mean, that is your point.
You missed my point, but it's okay. Just continue on with your conversation.
Okay. My point is, fellas, focus on your own economic strata, not hers. If a woman is good to you, and she looks good and she's good to you, then be with her. And you are more likely to get a chick like that than you are at Acorn Projects in Oakland, California. So get a better deal. When I'm talking 8s or better, I'm not talking about her strata. I don't care. I truly do not care. I'm talking about her value.
Game Changer. How many cities have you lived in the United States?
8.
8.
All in California.
I'm sorry, what? All of them California, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I was talking about this before. Do you know anybody, obviously you, that can compare and contrast what it's like for certain caliber of man, how he carries himself and everything, living in two very different states and cities that are drastically different, like on another level different? I know San Diego and San Francisco are drastically different.
Mm-hmm.
Did you live in those two different cities?
You said San Francisco and San Diego? No.
Okay. All right. So those are it doesn't get any more different than that in California. It really doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
But can you compare and contrast? Can you do you know anybody who lived in two very different cities? I mean, very different, New York to Houston and New York to Miami, very different. Some people actually think they're the same. I don't understand those people. And have gone overseas and had certain results.
Well, the men I talk to overseas do say that they have extraordinarily better results. And this is no matter where they come from in the States.
No, you keep misunderstanding me, my man. Okay. I said, do you know people who've lived in two very, very different cities? At least three. Sorry, two's not going to be good enough. And can say that their options in America, because of they lived in so many, I mean, the three cities that they lived in were so different that they know that they've completely tapped out of the 8s and 9s in the United States, but went overseas and was able to come up without making any drastic changes of themselves. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay, I do understand what you're saying.
Okay.
Right. A person does come to mind. He's originally from Richmond, California. Then he went to Xavier, which is, culturally a lot different than Richmond, California. In his travels to places like Haiti and stuff like that, he did notice a drastic difference.
Where did he live in the States?
Richmond. Yeah, Richmond and Louisiana.
Richmond is Louisiana. Okay, those
Richmond,
are
California, not Richmond, Virginia.
Okay, guys, let me catch the super chat real quick. Shot my man D May with $99 super chat says, shot at the panel. BMT can't check me. Yeah, I can, bro. I'll lock you up on that court. All right. All right, let me go ahead and welcome Felipe to the show real quick. He has something to say. We're gonna go ahead and end this show on up.
Hey BMT, hello panel. It's good to see you all, you guys, and it was a great discussion today. I just was going to come up and say just a couple of different things. One thing was with regards to QB, that I felt when you were talking to the young man and he was going back and forth, that you guys were talking about two different class levels of women. And so you were talking past each other. He was talking about one thing, you were talking about another. And so that's why he wasn't understanding you. And primarily it was because he was younger. So I think that he didn't have the experience to really understand what you were saying to him. And that's okay. It just got a little lost in translation. So on some level, he was right. And on some level, you were right. But he wasn't really understanding what you were talking about because he's younger. With regards to the whole, I guess this is a thing among young people of what is tricking, what's not tricking. And I think Game Changer was the one that was talking about this. If you have a certain level of wealth, you're not really focused on, is that tricking or not? You're focused on, I got a boat rented today. I want to share this with some ladies and friends of mine. Let me see how I invite them. And some people will it to me, and I don't want to use pejoratives with people, but it's kind of broke talk. It's like I don't have the resources to put myself in a position where women will be with me regardless. Therefore, I want to talk about whether this is appropriate or not. I want to character police what you're doing. And people that really have money don't worry about that. So I just wanted to throw that out there. With regards to, and it's good to see you again, James.
You're muted.
You're muted.
Dang, BMT.
No,
No, it was me. I hit my mouth. Yeah, but good to see you, James. That with the issue of bringing women back, and by no means am I any expert, but I have had a few close friends of mine that have brought women back. And what I've noticed in each case, if it went off the rails, was that it's not necessarily that you brought them back. It was that when they come to the United States, they tend to plug in with their group of people in the United States. And when they do that, depending on what class level the person is in their own country, they may plug in with people who are shady here. And so what winds up happening is their group here in the United States starts teaching them all of this terrible stuff. And what do I mean by terrible stuff? Things they should be asking of their husband, things that they should be doing in terms of spending money, places that they should be going, types of vacations they should have, cars that should be bought, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so it's really kind of, in my view, it's not necessarily the woman and not necessarily the guy. It's the situation that they go into in bringing them back to the United States. And
no,
so,
would you say that that's a you know, that's a weak woman if she can be can be influenced, right? Because I've seen guys bring women back to the United States that you know, they didn't have any of those issues. Not saying that the issues you're talking about don't happen and they're not real, right? But I've seen the opposite side of the coin, right? Where I do believe the quality of the woman plays a factor in it. And I believe you mentioned that when you were talking about what class they were in, or you know, the kind of the quality of the person they were in their country, and then they come over to the United States and they get into that same class of people, right? But when I think a lot of it has to do with just a person being easily influenced. That's just my personal opinion based on the examples that I've seen.
And if you notice, I started out by saying where when it went off the rails. So meaning that there were other people who they brought them back and there was no problem. I was saying when I saw it go off of the rails, this is what I tended to see was these things. Right. So we both can be right. And that's me agreeing with what you're saying. I also, if I may kind of add to that, if you are able to create a full environment economically, this person to move into and get their immigration paperwork smoothly moved through and so on and so forth, that's a whole different thing, because basically you are able to fill that role that maybe their community would fill without those resources, right? Right. So that all is based in class and based in money. But I wanted to, because I was directly responding to something James said, I wanted to give him a chance to respond to me.
No. We're gonna go ahead and
James, you're
we are all right. So I appreciate everybody coming on the panel. Me and QB, we're gonna go ahead and exit on out. We got a lot of people on the panel, so guys, I appreciate everybody coming on. Hold on, QB. We're gonna have your last words before we go.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right. So appreciate you guys, everybody coming on. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. All right. Appreciate everybody. There we go. Me and you. All right. Let's go ahead and close this bad boy on out, man.
All right. Right on. Your boy QB Passport flexing. If you guys have not checked out my channel, go ahead and sub to it. Just had a recent vlog of Barcelona. Got another video coming out. Me and my girl going to a winery. And then next, I will have a vlog on Costa Rica. I got the homie Jamie Woods pulling up, making the thumbnail. He's going to talk about his experience, and he's a younger traveler, you know, guy in his late 20s, I believe, and he experienced Medellin, has interest in wanting to go to Mexico. Oh, nice. Very nice. That's the app right there. Okay.
Yeah, but go ahead.
Yeah, and so if you guys are interested in Mexico or the places that I've been to, hit me up. Instagram is QBWillyB. And yeah, man, this was a good live with BMT. Much appreciated, fam.
Most definitely, man. Most definitely. I just want to pull up the app real quick before you go, guys. Make sure to join the official Passport Bros community, man. A lot of well-traveled individuals on this app. We have a major update coming towards the end of this month. You guys gonna really like it. We're working on some geolocation, some other things, some new features, new payment options, as well as far as loading your wallet. You guys can send money to each other and everything like that, man. So make sure to download the Passport Bros community app to be an official Passport Bro. All right. Once again, guys, great show. Peace. We out.
All right, cool. All right.
All right, let's roll out.
All right, BMT. I'll holler at you
Passport
later.
Bros, your ultimate
peace.
travel companion. Download the app for free and embark on a journey where your adventures not only become unforgettable memories, but also opportunities to earn. With Passport Bros, your travel content is more than just photos and videos. It's your ticket to a fully monetizable network of like-minded adventurers. Imagine making money from your travel stories. Post videos, share your experiences, and let the world be a part of your journey. But that's not all. Connect with travelers from around the globe, join co-ed groups, and make lasting friendships, perhaps even with foreign women who share your passion for exploration. And here's the best part. Store your earnings securely in your Passport Bros wallet. No hassle, no worries. Just seamless transactions wherever your travels take you. Looking for the best local experiences? Passport Bros has got you covered. Get personalized recommendations for tour guides, rentals, and the hottest clubs in town. Did we mention the app is absolutely free to download? That's right. Your passport to a world of adventure is just a click away. And here's the cherry on money while exploring new places. Turn your passion for travel into a source of income, right from your mobile device. So what are you waiting for? Download Passport Bros now, share your journey, connect with fellow explorers, and let the adventure begin.
Download now on the App Store and Google Play.